Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna do just finish off my one job I'm doing in Euro Simulator and then going to do another job, and that's gonna be just a quick video to see how this turns out. As for whatever reason, this game is kind of stuttery. I don't understand why. So I'm hoping you guys enjoy. I don't have chat open, and I'm gonna be starting my music in the background, like I normally do, just because it's quite cool to do as a truck driver. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Off we go.
Yeah, you wouldn't know about 4 million subscribers, would you?
I don't.
You know, I need to adjust this just a little bit.
It's this close, bro.
Look past it. Look past the penises.
Welcome to
Okay, well that's an interesting way to start this. I'll be right back, you guys, and I'm gonna start driving.
Picnic that got hit by one of those manless kite bombs. Yeah, it's horrible.
I can
Penises. God, terrible.
Are you upset you missed out on the live show tour? Well, don't be, because we still have one show left to do. Brandon, where is that show at? Beautiful Las Vegas.
During what week?
During the week of SHOT Show. So this will be our last show of the tour on January 20th at the Venetian Theater, and this one will be a double
I'm gonna
feature
plug my
with the
phone in
Gundies. So if you
first,
buy
and
your
then
ticket, it
off
gets
we
you
go.
access to both the
Check
Gundies
in.
and the Unsubscribed live show. Two tickets for the price of one.
So come hang out, have a blast, and then have a little SHOT Show experience too, right, Brandon?
In fact, I would say the best part of SHOT Show.
The drinking and hanging out.
Literally,
cup of
the only
coffee.
part we care for anymore. So if you want to get the chance to hang out with some of your favorite people in the gun sphere and also just have a fucking good time and see one of our live shows,
So yeah,
check
I
out
don't
the
remember
tickets. They're
exactly where I
available down in the
was.
description.
So this might save me where I made my mistake. I don't know. We'll find out.
The host versus guest.
Why is the
I can
control?
be seen and not heard. It's okay. I'm scared.
Brandon's
Fucking
son.
that
Stop
drown
talking.
game.
Brandon's
We really do have like a
Ah,
Captain
yeah,
America
that's it.
Civil War.
Why is my control not working? What the fuck?
Everyone on the count of three, ready? Get that drink up.
Oh shit.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Yes, I know it's paused.
Sweet.
Fuck it.
You gonna beat donut this time?
I can. You want me?
Yeah.
Cool.
Beat donut for me.
What is it?
Fuck it. We're just gonna go this way. I'm gonna do this a long way.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Unsubscribed
Not how I wanted.
podcast. Today we are joined by
As you guys can
several
tell, I
of
kinda
good
missed
friends.
my
Eli Double Tap,
turn.
Fat
No.
Electrician
Okay.
Nick, my
My
father,
sticks.
Brandon Herrera, me, my friend Oopaville, also known as Caleb, and TikTok.
Don't I fucking
Wish there was like kind of a turnaround spot so I can turn around.
TikTok here in the flesh. Sorry. Also, my barber.
Nice way to go through there. But I don't know how far do I even need to reroute?
I'm leaving.
I don't even know where this thing is taking me.
It's alright, we've got you in the thumbnail already. You can go.
Let's zoom in with this.
She could lose all of our subscriber counts combined and never notice.
Yeah.
So you're making me go all the way down the turnaround. You're
So
fucking
anyway,
nuts.
yeah, here with some friends. I already had
No.
my episode. I feel like I'm a pirate. I'm intruding. So Eli, someone
See,
take
man,
over.
if I was going
So
that
I'm
way, I
gonna
might as well go off and then
I'm
back up
scared,
this
yeah.
way.
Everyone's here for the range day. Brandon and Cody
Truthfully.
and
Probably be better.
Matt put on a fantastic range day. Then everyone
Nobody
comes
died.
down.
No one died. Yep, no one died.
That's the only thing I care about. Everybody had a good time, and more importantly, nobody got shot. So
Next year.
I see this as an absolute win.
Definitely.
It was a fantastic time. Thank you all
thank
very
you.
much. It was awesome. Very well done. Every time I meet new people, get to hang out with cool guys. So
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. That's I do it for you.
In the flyer, we're like, man, 80 million subscribers across all channels. Chris takes up 95%.
But I'm just the TikTok barber.
Oh, okay. Trump's on the toast.
Chris,
Yeah.
because you needed an introduction. Yeah.
It's been so long.
Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. I'm just gonna go grab
When were we here last
my
time?
grilled cheese and then we'll
January
continue driving down the
Was it January? It's been almost a year. That's
Oddly
crazy.
specific.
If he nailed that date, I'm gonna be shocked.
I guarantee you that's
It's
It was.
probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We flew it. We drove in the second. It was the third.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
My son also has that super. You just converse way better.
Fucking try.
Brandon's like, it is 4 hours and 13 minutes to
There
drive
we go.
there, Daddy. I'm like, cool.
But yeah, I didn't
My son.
use the American one, so I made script mistakes. I also realized I do need to turn down YouTube just a tiny bit
I love him.
compared to everything else.
How you guys got in yesterday or 2 days ago?
2 days
2 days
ago.
ago. Yep.
And then did you have a blast? Did you-
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Actually, I need to consult my phone. How does that sound
I love
compared to
guns.
everything else?
There's guns
I can't
everywhere.
even consult the
Actually, when
phone, so
we first
I'm
met,
hoping this works, you guys.
I cleaned them up before
Yeah.
she came over for the first time.
Yeah.
So then,
Presentation guns.
yes, exactly. I maybe had some smaller.
Swapped him out for
I put some smaller, more fun-looking ones. Like I have a little Beretta Bobcat with a little suppressor on it. I left that out.
It's funny. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. It's not
I was just
scary.
a mere little Canadian coming down.
Exactly.
I don't love how
Oh,
I'm intently
guns.
speeding. These guys
Oh,
just
guns there.
blaring
That's
past me.
crazy.
So I don't know if
Then
there's
you know, I kind of felt it out.
different
for the
speed
first
limits on it.
little bit,
I
and
also
was
know
like,
that
okay,
apparently my
Showed
truck
me his
type
closet.
And then I
pops out
showed
at
him
90, which is
my room.
weird to
Your
me.
pleasure room. My pleasure
But I guess
my
European
secret
restrictions
room.
versus
It's like
American and
all
Canadian.
guns.
It's full of guns.
How was that the first
No,
time?
some
It was
drops in stairs.
crazy. I thought it was like that's where all the guns in America were. Maybe. There were so many.
Is this legal?
That's
She
the
said that
first
a
time I
lot.
talked to you was when you walked into his factory.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
she was just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
You're
like,
like,
I need a
what the
shower.
fuck is happening?
I need a shower before going back to Canada, or I'm gonna get arrested.
Yeah. I need my
140
Kevlar
kilometers.
cardigan. Yeah. It was.
I say to have to go all the way down this way
Now I'm
and
used
then
to it.
back up.
I'm used to 'em now.
You moved here how long ago?
April. Of
April.
This year.
Congrats. Are you American yet, or is we're in the process?
I'm in the process of green card, but soon. A
Process.
few months.
Soon it will be processed.
Soon. Yeah.
She said
whatever.
process. She's kidding.
Eli, do you have your green card yet?
I am about to get it.
Good. Awesome.
I still have to do another tour and then
Yeah.
get it.
Oh, hey, we did the reverse Oreo thing again.
You know, at least I'm coming to my switch around.
But yeah, you guys moved down. Yeah, I wanted to talk about how is it now?
But s-
like living
still-
down here in
I'm-
Texas, you just got thrown into the
Still
mix.
to me,
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It's
don't
great.
know
I
why
feel free.
bring me back when I could just go
I feel
this way.
freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just basking in it constantly.
Does
No,
it
it's
make
actually
more sense
crazy.
to come
I
down
like all
and
the
keep a
tax
head of
shit.
steam
It's
come up in your platform?
Yeah, it's great.
Unless there's something
Did
closed
you
over
have
there.
to deal with the whole.
I'm still going
wasn't-
through
I'm not.
that.
No, we'll figure it out.
Process.
Are you
Still
allowed
going
to
through
talk?
that
I just gotta hope that I
Process.
don't make the same mistake I did last time.
I hate it. Process. I'm still going through that. So I'm still gonna pay a bunch of money to Canada until I
No.
can officially be American. But I'll reap the
Really?
rewards soon, which will be great.
See, this is why I. Oh, fucking Christ. I did it again.
You've already paid
You know what?
taxes
That
on
is
that.
okay.
Now you have
I'm
to
fucking
pay more
everything up here.
taxes on the taxes.
Yeah.
Because it is 40.
Yeah.
It's like an exit tax. It's
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, it's
Well, we
It's
have an
millions.
idea.
I'm
So
sorry,
what I'm
trucker
trying to get
behind
her
me.
to do, and her.
You're gonna have to get out of my way for a
big
second.
fan
I'm
of
doing
this,
something illegal.
Is and I've actually sought this around with a couple local local
I don't
movie
even
guys,
care.
a couple moguls. We're gonna get her to go back to Canada, and we're going to get her to liquidate all her assets. She just sold a house up there.
Yeah.
Liquidate all the assets, take all her liquid money, buy gold, and then put it on, wear it.
In this game, I know I'm going the wrong way. I'm okay with that. I'm probably gonna get
Never
traffic
go
fine,
back.
but
And they
that's
do that
okay.
a lot, though.
yeah.
You're gonna have to do a lot of squats and like farmers carries to prep for that.
Gold,
Self
you know,
as far
gold,
up
things
this
like
way as
gold.
I can before anyone else comes.
I figure it might work.
Silver.
You're just walking through.
I figure it might work. I figure.
I think.
You're like the wife of some white collar criminal that like goes to the airport with 18 watches.
Exactly.
What's the time?
Yeah.
Only it's Caleb. Caleb's the
I
wife.
mean, as you guys can tell, that's how my mistake happened the first time. Except this time I was more successful.
This is
Chest, like a,
Yeah, this is
How does it
real
feel to be a trophy husband?
This is how we do it in Virginia.
trophy husband?
Yeah.
Walks across the border covered in gold. I need to claim asylum.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone, but Justin Trudeau kind of wants my shit.
Governor Trudeau.
Governor Trudeau.
Yeah. Governor Trudeau. Yeah, it's a bitch. It's a bit of a transition, but
Hey, but now you're
I'll
down
be good.
here,
I'm
living
down.
the dream.
Yep.
Fucking
Truly.
loving it.
Truly. Everything's so much cheaper down here too. Like just food and everything. It's crazy.
Housing's great.
Housing just all
Proper.
around. Yep.
That's great.
Anyways,
And
back
that's
off to
great.
where we
Going
had to
on
go.
You had a crazy month. You've had like video game launch. Your Candy's still crushing it, but then the Mr. Beast interview.
My brain is broken because like I heard you say Candy crushing it,
There we go.
and I'm like Amogus. Candy Crush.
Yeah.
I'm like I need to be put down.
That sentence was Candy Crush Mr. Beast, completely unreadable.
That sentence would kill
Yeah.
a Victorian child.
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
How was that? Like, you're like, how much prep did you go into?
I'm not a big prep guy, to be honest.
Same.
I like winging it. Or
Well, at
like
least I'm gonna
whatever
get
I
this
can
mission
fit
done.
in sort of like a day is what I'll do, and then I try not to think about the next step, because if I do, I just get super stressed out, even more so. And yeah, it was just a lot,
It
pretty
was
much.
so short notice.
It was also, everything was so short
The
notice. So
same day.
even if I wanted to prep, there was like not a lot
Yeah.
of. With the game was like a lot of prep. That was a lot of work. I've been working on that for like a year basically, and then
I need my
the
cup of
candy stuff
joe.
obviously takes up a lot of time. But the Beast interview was like last minute.
Hours.
Did he
Hours
reach out to
had.
you, or did you reach out to him?
Yes, initially he reached out to me.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you knew when he was flying in, essentially.
Yeah, so
Yes.
the morning of, he told me that he might come in the day, that evening, and then called me as he was boarding a flight, like a couple hours later.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if he was going to come that day or
That's
not.
power.
Yeah.
And then wait till you hear this. We live in Central Texas.
Yeah.
The nearest airport's 2 hours away. He lands, and I'm like, we got 2 hours. He shows up in 15 minutes.
So we landed at like a local.
He flew to a fucking private, like a small airport.
because he has a private jet.
Yeah.
What?
Allegedly. And then he had.
There's a joke I heard. Have you heard the name of his jet? Internally, I'm pretty sure I can make this joke. Pretty sure. They've got bigger things to worry about. They used to call it Mr. Beast and 10 others. Because if it ever went down, that's the only thing anybody would know. Mr. Beast and 10 others.
4 kilometers to go.
Yeah, no names other than that one's going on.
That's pretty good.
Oh. That's so sad. But that's hilarious, yeah.
That is funny. That is the way the world works.
It is. It's, yeah.
That's real.
That's what I said. I was like, that's too real.
It's not
Honestly.
That was us on the podcast tour where I was like, oh yeah, this. Let me see, who's it? Yeah, donut operator and.
I gotta make sure I make my right turn this time. It's fun, it's weird that I'm catching up to people.
Speaking of how the world works, at the bar last night, you told me a story of buying.
That's
a
just one of the
house,
spots where the cars
how
have
you
to
got
actually
it
slow
in a
down,
way the
maybe.
world's not supposed to work.
Yeah,
Theft?
basically.
No, basically.
Basically. Legal theft. Basically. Unfair. I still feel indebted because of it. So I have a really awesome house, and I shouldn't have a really awesome house. And the way that I got a really awesome house was that I was gonna buy a normal house, well within my means, and I put an offer in on this insane house.
I want to get
because
around
I
him,
knew the
but
guy
I
was
don't feel
going
like it's
through
gonna be worth my time.
a divorce, if you will. And I was like, this could be potentially interesting. This is like, and I had no idea who the guy was, whatever. And I'm looking at other houses. I go and see that house. It's crazy. I'm like, all right, I'll put an offer in, but with the caveat. I told my realtor that, I don't mean this is disrespect.
I mean, I'm almost in
but this is
destination,
what
so
I'm
maybe I shouldn't
comfortable
try
paying
passing
for this
some.
place.
I don't
know it's
think I'll
worth
have the room
substantially
for it.
more. I know that it's a steal, and like, I don't really care if it's a no. I totally understand. Or like if there's a renegotiation or whatever.
This is what I can pay.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and like it's not out of disrespect, just to be clear. And
Oh, well, so we're going the same way anyway, so
accepted the offer.
good thing.
And the reason was so his wife got less money in the divorce. I got so lucky.
He was used as a.
I got so lucky.
Just what was like the proportion of like if he was asking 100%, what percentage did you offer?
I would say probably if you're talking about build price, maybe 18%.
Oh my god.
But if you're talking about realistic market value in the area, all things considered, at the time, 47%. 47%.
I mean, turn on my left blinker.
But still, this house is huge. It's like ridiculous.
It's insane, yeah.
Like if
It's
you
crazy.
heard the price, you'd be like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy. It
And
was
that
like a
would be
steal.
That's the kind of guy that's like, I can always build more shit.
Oh,
her.
yeah.
Absolutely.
He's like
Yeah.
very well off.
Jesus.
I can buy another
Yeah, he
house.
doesn't
I
give a
can
fuck.
never.
How am I even supposed to see the lights?
He's also a genius.
Yeah.
He's also a genius, and just so cool. And I've kept in contact with him. Like I was worried that it, would be seen as like this massive thing of disrespect.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's just like I don't fucking care. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's just a house. Just say no, I'll be fine.
Do you got any more wives you want to break off
Yeah,
with?
yeah,
Like, what-
right.
Yeah, he's really cool though. He's a very good dude. I'm still in contact with him. He's
That's awesome.
interesting.
I'd say you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's an interesting fellow.
See if he has any more divorces.
Yeah.
I know. I'm waiting.
It's gonna be a search function on
Is he
Zello.
Mormon by chance? That'd be really convenient.
No hair.
He's got so many.
Just
No hair.
liquidating property all over.
Just getting that email. It's like, yeah, we'll take the offer. You're like,
Well, yeah. What was that like when your realtor
Ah,
messaged you or
even
called
that-
you? I was like, he accepted.
I was pretty surprised, to be honest. And then I was like, what's the property taxes going to be? Because it's
no.
like a big house.
Yeah.
But it's still so reasonable, and it doesn't make sense to sell.
I don't know why
part of it.
both take me in the same direction. I turned that way
house
too
the
early.
first time, and I remember being like, "This is stupid." Because he
It's
told me how much you paid for it. I'm like,
insane.
"I hate you."
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
We don't even live there now.
Yeah,
We live in
that's the part that
We
made
live
me
in a
mad.
different house. It's just kind of sitting there now. We're trying to figure out what to do.
But what
with
about second house?
it. Yeah.
Second house. Yeah, that was another thing. Is I only offered
Here
because I
was
had,
my first
like,
delivery.
like people living with me at the time. So
Yeah.
it only makes sense with like if you have 5 people.
Yeah.
That want to live in one spot
Okay.
because it's laid out. Like
We'll attempt to
a
park.
compound. It's like a gigantic compound. It's shaped like a dick too.
It is
convenient.
from
It's actually
Ariel.
shaped like a penis.
I don't know why this changed. I used to be able to.
Did you tell him about the mural?
Oh yeah, there's a
God.
actually I feel like I should probably show you
Yeah,
guys that.
probably.
Yes.
See if I can find it really quickly. I posted it on Facebook.
I
No,
love
it's full
putting
back in
Chris
there.
in like
How that works.
podcast interviews. Be like, "Well, tell them about
Like
the penis
this.
wall."
Yeah, I don't care.
Oh, there's a legit mural.
I lived it.
Oh, it's a penis wall.
Yeah, I had to go in that house for the first time I ever met him, and he's like, "This is my penis mural," and I was like,
Good thing you hit all the
"I can either
guns.
walk through this." Yeah,
Guns might be
yeah.
offensive.
The guns were
Also,
after the
stare
penis
at my dick wall.
Yeah, exactly.
The penis mural.
My so
Just got complete.
for context of this merch, for context of this picture, I thought it'd be funny to post a picture of me with like some kind of material thing and flex and just be like, I'm so blessed. You know, like that type of photo.
Oh my god.
So he's wearing my merch.
I'm
my
wearing her
clothing
merch.
line.
Sitting, feeling and looking blessed.
Wait, are those actual?
Those are dicks. Those are dripping
Yeah.
dicks.
That is.
That's a Baroque.
Is it weird to say that that's tasteful?
It is.
It is
What
tasteful.
I was thinking, like,
It is tasteful.
I'm an artist. I paint, so I
It's
actually was
beautiful.
like, "This is really well done."
Yeah, it's very well done.
I appreciate
as
that.
far as dick walls go.
yeah.
Yeah, as far as dick walls,
Describing this, there's a white and a black dick with balls
And wings.
and
Let's
wings
try to get
Yeah.
these straight
I like how
tracks
you-
over
yeah.
real.
and dripping. I don't.
But as part of the
I
landscape,
just like they look sad.
Yeah.
they're floppy.
the
Yeah.
best way to put this, I think, is if I saw that on the wall of an Asian
There we go.
restaurant, I would
Mission
never
is
take a
complete.
Yeah, with a fish tank of koi.
Right? Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah, that's
Never.
the thing, right?
Yeah, fits right in.
You sure? Or just you have to send it to him.
Yeah, you
Show
can.
him.
You guys can all add me as a friend on Facebook. That's where that photo lives. I can send it to you.
Yeah,
Put it on
please
screen.
send that.
Cut
That's
the
a
cock
change.
outs.
Great.
Cuts the cock
No,
outs.
pixelate them.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
That, yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
In this game, I know I can use the bank. I'm not
Put your
going
guns
to.
up in
I don't even remember.
my
Oh.
penis wall.
We walked
honestly,
past it,
I'm just like, check this out.
and then
and
he
it
just
worked.
explained the lore, and I was like,
Then it worked.
phased.
Have you explained on the podcast you two like met?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Did
I
you?
think the last
Farmers
one.
only.
Okay.
Last one, huh?
Through farmers only.
Farm.
Yeah.
Tell them how many.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why not?
Christian mingle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tales of his
Craigslist
time.
classifieds.
Yeah, that's
And that's
why.
if the game doesn't break itself.
It was a mail order website.
Yep.
He was aiming for Asia, but Canada close
Yeah.
enough.
Canadian refugees.
Canadian.
All right.
Exactly. Hey, don't talk about that.
Snow Mexicans.
And there's no Mexicans want to save money on taxes.
That's what was going through her head. She was like in front of the mural, like tax money, tax money.
Yeah. Yeah. Look past it. Look past it. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was interesting though. I
many
messaged
trailers do I
her.
got?
She followed me, and I immediately was like, what's up?
Like
Shoot.
5 minutes.
Alrighty.
Like the moment.
caps.
I'm not one for a lot of people.
No.
They
Yeah,
like
I
to-
get-
they play this game of like
Here's to help
you
those
gotta
action
let
on the road
it
there.
sit,
Play
you
hard
gotta
to
let it
get.
sit or whatever. I don't do that at all. I'm
It
just
was
like,
so refreshing.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
You know.
They showed me the DMs. It's so funny because he's like, hi, and she's like, oh, I like your stuff, and he's like, fly down.
Chris.
Yeah, there's like 2 messages in between. Yeah.
Maybe 3. And a feet pic.
And a feet pic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Fly down your
Exactly.
feet.
Yeah.
Ah, what is going on right now?
One with the sock, one without. For reference.
It was like buying a horse. Let me check the teeth. All right.
Exactly.
Left foot? Oh, do you need a place to live?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Yep.
Pretty much.
I know I have a really good tax guy. Let's get this gold idea. You
I
gotta
said,
try.
tell me more. Tell me more, mustache man.
It's just a long con.
But it was really short. It was really short, and I moved down within like no time. Like for real. And that's
214
not like
kilometers.
me at all.
You have to
It
pay
just
for your
felt-
own
it
healthcare
just
now.
felt right.
You have to
Yeah.
pay for your own healthcare now.
We just
Dude, it's not even a thing up there. It's all It's a con.
I've never actually.
I need
talked
to
somebody
really get in rough line.
because I've just like heard opinions from people that are anonymous on the internet. Like, is
Yeah.
it shitty? Like,
If I need an MRI, I gotta wait like 10 months to get it.
Have you
Or-
considered?
Oh, actually, I'm blanking on beginning this line.
Heavily.
It's legal.
The sincerity in your eyes was
Sorry, I had a
alarming.
lot of flashbacks. It was like a Rolodex, like.
Give her one of your purple hearts.
That one of your. There's a
It's okay,
stack
I'll just
over
have this purple white cloth instead.
10 months is the VA. That is.
Yeah, it's just
on
crazy.
par.
Or like,
that
to
other
go
one
to
that's funded
the.
by the government. Weird.
Yeah, if you want to
Asking
go
for
into
give
the
me new
ER,
mail.
like, I've broken like 13 bones, but every time I did, I would have to wait almost a day or even like to the next day to see a doctor. Because there's people going in there for like a cold. Because you can't. Because it doesn't cost money. So it's like, it's flawed in a lot of ways. And if you do anything private, you still have to pay for it. So.
How do you break 13 bones?
I was reckless.
Yes, she was very reckless.
Child.
Extremely reckless.
I would like surf on top of golf carts and like
Dumb.
go really fast down hills on
Dumb.
skateboards and stuff.
If we ever have a child, it will need a pad. It literally will need a pad.
It will. Yeah. I just won't tell them about those stories until they're older.
The child?
Yeah.
Well, it's like genetic.
Time for the highway.
Yeah, it's like the rabbits and the hawk.
Yeah, but I'll be
takes
there
like
with
18 generations.
him or her to help them not make the same mistakes I did.
That was way too much assumed knowledge.
It's her. I told her about it.
It's nature versus
We talked
nurture.
about this
There's
a lot.
actually nature is more dominant than nurture.
I like his explanation. I've told her.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah. Don't need to know.
It's not going to fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like
it was like the hawk.
Morning, we're coming
There's
down
like
off
a
ramp.
study. There's a study
Kind of hoping they
about,
get up to speed unless
rabbits
they're on
and
completely
hawks.
different side of the
were-
highway.
I forget
It
how
might
it
be.
goes from top to bottom, but at some point the rabbits were not afraid of hawks. Then a hawk killed one, and then from then on, the generations that never even were exposed to a hawk, say 18 generations went by, they showed a hawk
Let's get
fly
to
over,
85.
and they had the same reaction.
So it's like
It's really
epigenetics,
interesting.
like
Yeah.
the learned behavior through
Yeah.
DNA.
Interesting.
That was a
we go.
gross paraphrasing. I'm sure it's different, but that's the general idea.
So, you two trying to harm yourself as children, you think that takes 18 generations to breed out?
I think it's irrelevant. That's how long it takes. The child's gonna hurt himself.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
18
it's-
rabbit generations might be different, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, I think it's.
I think he's saying that their kids will be fine in the year 2587.
Solid genes.
I'll be fine. I'm fine. Look at me. I'm fine. Only 3 concussions, 13 broken bones, many sprains
You're getting
and
less. It was
tears.
14 a minute ago.
No, I corrected it. It was 13. It was 13. I wrote 13.
She's healing.
She's healed some. Some hair.
Yes, I know. I'm off center.
It's the
I wish I had
Canadian
my
healthcare system.
steering
15
wheel.
broken bones. How can you handle 14 broken bones? You need to schedule out for those 13 broken bones.
I've been brainwashed. But yeah, we'll be fine.
Canada's awesome though. You do love Canada.
I love it.
she loves
There's a lot of. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
British Columbia is like the most beautiful place in the world. I've been to a lot of places, and it's. But Texas has its charm. Like it
Yeah.
has like like the sunsets and.
I mean, I'm excited to go to Canada. She's spoken very highly of it. Obviously, have you never been?
Who knows? Maybe we'll do a third
I don't have
mission.
a passport.
And then that'll end this for
I
today,
just had to get
or at least for now.
Yeah, that's such a crazy.
Just figured
concept
I wanted to play my game a little bit.
Canadian, 'cause we go,
I'll have my coffee.
We always go to the States, but go around to the world. But so many
Snowbirds.
Americans, especially in the South, they don't have passports.
Passports.
That's really weird.
I also want to go check out the cars and see how much a car is. We can kind of go zoom around in here too, in Frankfurt and whatnot.
Come to the States.
'Cause
all
I
the
haven't
time,
even
'cause
gotten
there's
out
a
to
lot
Germany
do
yet.
here. Whereas in Canada,
I mean,
you've got
it's gonna be a
that,
long
like,
ways before I get
bottom
something like that.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to kind of go
And
around
you
the rest
can't
of the
go
map.
up only for like
Whatnot.
camping or hunting or something, and then
When
Yeah.
we went to Buffalo, in like New York, we were like 5 miles from the Canadian border.
Yeah.
That's where Uncle Dijon literally walked across.
After
the
this one, I'm
river.
gonna go
He walked
have a smoke.
across the
oh
bridge.
no way.
And then we
in
can
like 70
continue.
degree weather. It was while it's snowing.
That's
But
really funny.
my thought was like, this is right up on Canada at the warmest part of Canada.
Yes, yes.
How the fuck do you guys live there?
Yeah, it's really cold. Like it'll be so nice not to shovel snow for months. Like it's beautiful to look at. I love snow, but we have wake up really early in the morning to get out to still go to school because we don't get snowed out of school unless it's like insane. So.
Oh, don't even
I
get me
like
started
four
on the snow.
seasons, but
It's
been
currently
sweet
fucking
living down here.
shit outside. Don't even get me started on
Honestly,
that. Considering I live out here in
I
Canada.
get like depression, like.
I really wish they would
suicide.
actually make it
That's
like a
so
Canadian expansion
real,
for
because
ATS. I mean, I know I'm not playing
already
ATS, but I wish they would make a
depression,
Canadian
but my
expansion because I wouldn't
God,
mind
like,
driving
does
through
it
here.
help to be in the
I
sun?
can park in my own
Like,
little
it's
town if I
crazy.
could.
There's a statistic like Washington
Yeah.
has the highest
Yes,
because of.
absolutely.
See, I also don't know if my speed
And
limit
even
is
just also
released to
windows
trucks.
open.
Yeah.
Just having your windows open and the sun being there, it's like it's so much better. Even from Virginia, it's
Yeah.
just the sun, the sky is so much. It's just so much larger. You're just exposed to light.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
How come all the brighter places don't have bad taxes?
People are happier, so they don't feel the need to impose their
Steal
evil
from
will
everybody else.
on their representatives.
Yeah.
More vitamin D. Oh, we cured everything.
Yeah.
Son.
That's crazy.
So when you did your go back to Mr. Beast, you did Mr. Beast. You had
That's all
2
living up.
hours to prep apparently.
So yeah, I mean, so he came. I forget exactly what time it was. I haven't thought about it a lot.
It was your game launch day.
It was the game launch day. Game announcement day.
Yes.
Demo launch day.
I had
So-
left his house less than 24 hours.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
filming for a week before that as
Which-
well.
So we
5
spent
days.
like 5 days, I think, hanging out,
Yes.
filming stuff like that.
Behind
so
on work. So
I leave.
man,
he's like,
yeah.
I launched the game.
I feel like this
and
is
then
where.
he's got a few
Is this
hours.
where
Yes.
the menu turn?
So it
I
was
need
like-
to check something here.
And I just made the
Oh, it is
commitment
too.
to, like, I had a list of questions and stuff, and I was just like,
Oh, I see. So we're going down to here.
what am I gonna do? Say no? Of
No,
course
I-
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah, no,
more
seriously.
time,
I
Mr.
need to.
Beast.
Yeah.
We're doing this thing. Just fucking load it up. Oh, he's here already.
Look
Okay.
at
And that
London,
included
everything.
setting up the
Oh,
cameras and everything.
Yes.
Like we had to like set everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he got there at like
Madrid,
9 p.m. I think.
Barcelona,
somewhere in there, 8:30 or 9,
or
something like
9.
that. Yeah.
And then they filmed till like
Gothenburg.
11.
And a lot of things
and
aren't
then we-
connected.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
don't know.
yeah.
And he was over till like 2 or 3 in the morning, and then he
Fucking flew
Flew
away
away.
into the cover of
just
darkness.
flew away. Smoke bombed us.
Yeah, it was crazy. He had a driver. The driver was like 9 feet tall and bald. Fucking cryptid.
Floating.
It takes on.
Did Mr. Beast just got picked up by the judge?
That's fucking.
It was crazy though.
Oh no. Chris Tyson.
I think all the stress I think just want to catch him. This morning.
It's like a father-son joke, or what do you think? Something.
They did make the connection at the same point in time. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's a character from Blood Meridian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Oh,
the-
yeah.
I know the judge.
Eli knows he's just being nice right now.
Great villain.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Beast walked out of the house, took off his shirt, and his bat wings came out. He's like,
Yeah.
Great villain.
a little bit, yeah. The judge.
Wait, didn't my governor just? I wasn't governor at 9, but like, okay, that's sort of slightly
Like
bugging. I need
Mr.
to check
Beast, actually,
something. No,
I
fucking
don't.
over here, mouse.
So I've never had a bad interaction with Jimmy. Like he seemed like.
Is there like specific speed limit
I've actually
things that I don't know
I've
about?
mentioned it a few times on the podcast. I don't know if you
Check
know this,
here.
but like I did a bunch of stuff with him, like starting back in like 2019, and then like the Canon videos and stuff like that, and a little couple behind the scenes stuff. Like some made it to YouTube, some didn't. But I always had a good relationship with his team, and they've always been really good to me. And like I've never had an issue with them.
Remember that
But I feel
actually
like
truck
Jimmy's
speed limiter?
priorities.
Oh,
He's
that
he's
makes
very
sense why
much
that's not.
buried into how do I make this the best thing it can be? How do I make the best product?
Absolutely.
How do I grow the best? And then I feel like all the PR
Okay.
stuff that happens and all the
Honestly.
people that shit up left and right are just like an annoyance to him. It's like, damn it, why are you f***ing with my vision of
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
this can
definitely.
be?
That's exactly.
Yeah, his pillars of the things like a quick read would be that I
have to
got
worry
from
about
doing
those.
the interview would be his pillars of like what
You
he
know,
cares
this would be
for
nice,
and
'cause I don't know
understands
which
and,
one
like,
actually
genuinely
does that.
prioritizes and would even consider
No, not
there being
retarded.
something wrong or whatever are going to be things that are within his control 100%.
Yeah.
Data, YouTube, thumbnail. That's what he cares about.
YouTube.
Like obsessively.
Yes.
Obsessively, like
Yeah,
his,
yeah, I'm trying
all of
to
his
go
pillars, like up into even to his morals potentially.
Yeah.
Like, you know, all of
Leave
that
it on. That's
stuff
not
is
what I was looking for.
just cordoned off into one, just YouTube hyper focused
Yeah.
thing.
Which he's really good at. And
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
just a
Okay, well,
guy.
I'll show
Clearly,
you
like,
why I
he's
cannot
He's just
find.
a guy.
He literally
Oh.
is just a guy.
Like,
Back to the
he's
job.
You're a younger guy that is running not a small team. You are known more than A-list
What button's
celebrities
that?
at one point,
Fuck's
and
sake.
you have everyone
That's not the wipers on this one?
No matter where you,
Yeah.
the bigger you are, that's what they want. So
God
it's
damn
like
it.
us. we'll
Sorry,
have,
people
like,
behind
our
me.
coworkers or
Oh yeah, that's right. I have to tap it.
Then it starts branching out, especially at that size.
Yeah, you lose control over stuff. Which I mean, took the blame for a lot of the stuff. You know, it is under his company, so fair enough. But
Yeah, and I think, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, of course, I kept saying that he was the guy, so it's like, you should just expect it that, like, if you are naive enough to believe that you are not going to be criticized massively for everything you do when you're at that level, then you deserve more criticism. You're gonna have to get used to PR. Like, you are the guy with everything.
No, unless it's on my way to my destination.
So, like, you deserve to be criticized maximally.
In fact, I can't go run over anywhere. Jeez, well, that's what I forgot to do.
You're like,
Oh wait, I need my own truck for that, which
people, and
means I
it's
probably
like,
won't turn
fuck
off
you,
damage.
dog. You're like, okay, this is a new.
yeah.
I'm anti-Christ because I try to help people
Yeah.
or X, Y, and Z. And oh, people just hate a lot of
Yeah,
times.
and that's like we're not meant to handle that either as people. And I don't think he was used to it either because he has just gotten praise, and then he got to this point where people are like, and it came kind of during the philanthropy stuff.
And yes, bank, I know I can buy so much green, but I don't want to right now.
Yeah.
You know, I do
Well,
want to
a
check
lot
out
of
the
it
car
started
models.
before that as well, but the
Wait,
but
did I
the
put any of them
philanthropy,
back
like he
in?
said in the video that if he
I think I did
he was
after the video
convinced if he
broke.
didn't do
Oops.
as much of his if he did less philanthropy, he would get less hate, which is very ironic.
You said he was convinced that if he did less philanthropy,
Yes.
Yes.
he would get less hate.
He gets
Yes.
a lot of
Yeah,
his
that's what I said too. I was
like
like-
people are because he's pedestaling himself. He's making himself the moral arbiter, whether or not he wants to be that guy. And yeah, I mean, like to me, it makes sense. Like the amount of if I was him, I would expect even more criticism, and hopefully, critical thought wins in the end. But
Well,
it's not. It might. You know.
Yeah.
You know, if he really the critical thought, it's like the amount of people that are mad are a very small amount of people.
Comparatively,
Right.
yeah.
I love
so-
how he cut me off
it's
and I
always
slowed
a
down. Like,
vocal
come on.
minority of
Yes.
people that want to tear people.
Yeah, but even then, there is, I would say that the people who want to tear people down, there is always almost some level of truth to it. And it's like, that's how you grow, is by acknowledging the level of truth, even if it's difficult to see. Because, like, your instinct is to not want to be, I'm fine.
Out of curiosity, because this is leading somewhere, do you guys read any of your comments? Like, do you read?
I do,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
A lot.
I always know.
I was just gonna say I can't remember the last comment I read. I don't think.
Really? Okay.
I don't think so.
I find that there's two different philosophies where people like either read all their comments or they fucking read none of it.
Yeah.
I've always, even though I've known that it's like bad for mental health for a lot of reasons, like I try to read a lot because I try to figure out, even if I think you're wrong and I don't agree with your take, I want to know what that perception is.
Same.
So I want to know, like,
Coffee.
if you hate me, why?
Yeah,
Wait, no,
it's
don't.
invaluable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's market research right there.
It is.
Refill this cup.
It is,
You
though.
can put it that
When
way.
we're called back, I'll drop off
It's
this
certainly
trailer.
smart too. I think my issue is sometimes I get a bit too in my head about it.
Yeah.
A bit like every now and then you'll scroll and you see one that's like, I hate you, I hope you die. And it's like, wow, great critical feedback, thank you.
Yeah.
But then like,
I do that. I do that sometimes. Yeah, that's funny.
And then you just get shit on for the next 2 years.
He only answers like the people that are like, he's like, thank you.
it was really funny with Mr. B stuff. Anyone who was like mean to you on Twitter, you would reply with a picture of you just as an old man. It'd be
Just
like,
stressed.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, don't shit fuck.
Like,
Jeez Louise.
Your old man bit is so funny.
it's so funny.
They didn't think it was funny. Like because a lot of the criticism of this they're gonna get it. A lot of the so the video has like I think it's 96% like to dislike ratio, so it's still really good.
Yeah.
You know, like to dislike, and the people who are commenting negatively are most likely hitting the like. You hit the like before you comment.
6
generally
kilometers ago, I'm almost
it's like because
there.
you're compelled.
One traffic
to
car
comment
away.
something.
Yeah.
And like that level of like being compelled to do that, there's a few steps in between. So it was received overall well.
I need to
but
turn off the light behind me
most of
again,
the
so I'm not to be able to see my screen again.
most of it, genuinely most of it, I feel like was valid. So when people were criticizing,
No,
me,
it's
like,
okay.
there's
I
nothing
can do
can
it after I
say
drop off the
this.
trailer.
Like, you're right. What was am I
Trailers.
supposed to say?
What was
I'm
the
sorry.
criticism you think was valid?
That it was unprepared.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that that's perfectly valid. Unprepared or underprepared.
Yeah, 2 hours, weird.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense as to why, but that is still valid criticism.
Yeah.
It is, and it is, but it is that weird part because you also, it was like, oh, well, you didn't, like, you weren't hard enough on it during the interview, which is, like, you get to choose how you want to interview people, and I think a lot of people forget that. It's like,
Is it even
these
raining
are
hard
the
enough?
creators over here. We are providing this to entertain and also because we like to do it, but also everyone's gonna have a different style to approach it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
That's the one I want to-
we've never been hard on anyone.
No.
So we're not like,
Even
"What the
sometimes they
fuck's
deserve
going
it."
on?"
Really?
Yeah, I know. We bully on something.
Yeah.
But it's still a jest. And everyone has
Yeah.
There's also a thing that people don't understand online when they comment stuff like that, where it's like, all right, it's very different to leave
I hope the
comments on
bus is turning
something.
to.
Like, these are my criticisms of that person. It's a different thing to look someone in the fucking eye.
Yes.
It's
3
totally
feet from
different.
them.
Completely
Yeah.
different.
And, like, we have a non-confrontational, most people do anyway, like a little bit of like a non-confrontational vibe where it's like, all right, I want to press you, but I don't want to start a
Waiting to go
fight.
at
Yeah.
this right now.
Yeah, I think that's valid, and I think that I mean that's generally how I approach
I love how the
things.
lights
I do
kinda
wish
work
that I would have asked more
compared to
questions
where I live.
for talking, more valid criticism. I missed some questions, but I called them the next day because there were some that I missed. But yeah, I mean, if I could do it again, it probably wouldn't. If I didn't like have the context that I have now and I had more time to prepare, I can't promise that it would be any better. To be honest, just because I don't think I would have approached it much differently.
Yeah.
But knowing now, I have a lot of
No one's coming.
cards
No.
that I can play now for interviews that I've learned literally from the criticism. So yeah, it was no negatives whatsoever. It was awesome. All around positive.
He's being way too humble. I'm very proud of him as a friend, just because that was like a YouTube event for a
15,
long time.
it's speed limit,
And it's
that's
like
okay.
he
I'm
had
just
the
gonna focus
opportunity
on
for it. He had a couple hours, and he was like, "Bring it on."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for like,
I was
Yeah.
more stressed than him, I feel like.
Dude, then the level of stress to be like, hi, you know this giant thing Mr. Beast hasn't talked about
Yes.
ever? Hey,
Just cruising down
you
this
got the
way.
spotlight, my friend. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
You're talking about one of the
Okay.
biggest internet events, period, of one of the most famous people on Earth. You have less than a Marvel movie to prepare.
Yeah, no, like,
Yeah. It was,
What was
it was weird because I wasn't
Come on,
really nervous
dude.
for it
I'm gonna get
much.
through here.
I was excited more than anything, which is odd because I'm like I mean, up until pretty much this year, I feel like I've been the most just anxious person, and like I haven't done a lot of things because of it. And
No
I've just,
parking
like,
for that one. That would have been
lived
nice.
my life in a way that I wouldn't consider to be optimal
Perfect.
in some senses.
What do you think changed?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, she's helped. She's helped. Like absolutely.
Never mind.
But
As you're white knuckling her leg.
yeah.
It's like pocket ginger.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what did it. I don't,
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually
He
don't
is.
know.
He's gorilla
My
gripping.
pocket ginger really
It might have
helps.
something to do with it though.
I seriously thought that was a bit the first time
No,
you did
it's
it.
not. People keep thinking that.
No, I'm way off.
He
It's not
gnaws
there.
on ginger.
I do
on raw
really.
ginger.
Look, it's fresh, too.
And now I'm totally into it too. I mean, it
cut me
helps a
some off?
lot.
Sure.
What? With
Nausea.
what?
Like,
No, that
because we
works.
both have bad stomachs, so if you just take a little notch off it,
Little nip.
and it
I'll take
wakes
it.
you up.
Take a little bit of ginger.
Yeah, we should all
Little
take a
nip of
little.
gin. Little nip of gin. but-
Ginger.
I will say on that point, for the time he had and everything.
I thought that was
he
a
did
coffee machine
phenomenal
telling me I was
job.
turning off.
Appreciate that, Isaiah.
No,
I
it
just
was,
heard beep,
it
beep,
was
beep.
like being there and watching it. It was so stressful. Like,
She was texting us like
Yeah.
as it was going on.
I was, yeah.
She was
And
like, help, help, help.
Reply
help.
It's hard
you,
too because I feel
and then I
like
gotta go check
you know, he knew
emails,
this,
and
but
then
a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
go have
people that were
smoke.
gonna tune in and
Get
watch
some more
that
coffee.
didn't necessarily know.
Yes, I know
Caleb,
Bank.
and he's a jokester. Like he jokes
Yeah,
in every
yeah,
other
yeah.
sentence. So I think it was hard for him because he wanted to just be himself and like joke
Oh,
around.
dude,
But it was
yeah.
so it came off. I feel like because I know him so well,
Nice.
and I think it came
Yes,
off
I know
as
this
that
new
he was
upgrades.
just.
I don't know what else is there.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, take a note of that.
That's like
had
a mouth smelling salts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had a.
He was restricted.
No.
I had one instant regret because after it, I was like, "Oh fuck, this feels like I was unprepared and I wasn't
Okay,
trying to
not
be
where I want
funny."
to be. I just wanted
Yeah.
to just scan
At
all the
least
news
I
and
should
help
have
on
been
this.
funny.
Yeah.
I should have at least
truck
tried to be more
Joe's, do I
funny. Because there were so many things where he would say something and I'm like,
I could see him holding it back. Like I was looking.
No, I don't have modified ones there. No.
I watched him implode from inside.
Yeah.
Every time I was like, and
Jeez,
there's-
this is still
oh, no,
fucking
he
expensive,
can't.
like,
He can't
90.
joke
Wow.
because this is
Fucking hell, I have
supposed to
a long
be
ways to
serious.
go.
Screams eternally.
That's okay.
Just,
Yeah.
Well, in this process,
So like
since
he has
this
to
has
push
saved
back
itself,
everything that he's
we're gonna
ever
look to the
did.
title screen, and we're gonna see how well this
God,
sort of
He's out.
works out. I'm gonna add the cars back and see if she'll continue
Yeah,
loading. If not, then
no,
I may
it's
have
a
to restart my game.
Hey, Nick.
yeah.
And you gotta take
good.
a
No, for sure.
Because I went to the cars, because I was trying the mirrors thing broke, this
You're
broke.
gonna let everyone else on the
literally just
podcast.
Don't know why.
Right here.
I've been
Like, just
quietly
literally, like,
wondering what he's had in
nibble.
that
Let's
fanny
turn
pack
these
for
all
3
on the
days.
moment.
I don't
That
take a
and
shot.
money. He's got ginger and money.
I literally did.
Yes, yes, switch roll.
And receipt paper for BPAs.
Oh,
and
fucking
microplastics.
wrong.
Do I swallow this or just chew
Yeah.
it?
I do this every single time. I think I know that.
Spicy
Like
still.
here.
Yeah.
Then you'll be fine.
You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
you'll be
So
I chewed mine all the way up.
I do a bite and then lip, bite and then lip.
I love it.
okay, we'll
I used to
see.
chew it
Yeah,
out.
I'm
I
used
really
to it
want
now.
that
Yeah, I'm
one
so
more.
used
It
to
wakes
it.
me up.
Makes me salivate.
And then I love to drink spicy Dr.
No,
Pepper.
no, I feel like
immediately
anything
after.
without pictures may not work.
turning into
So
him.
we'll turn you off.
How are you doing that?
It has a kick.
Yeah, no.
And
You know
we'll
what kind
turn
of
you
doctor
off.
Dr. Pepper
'Cause
is?
I don't know.
This
Just
is a
someone
good.
tells me.
This is a good
No.
batch
He's
too.
a physician.
We'll see.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll try to load this back in. We'll see what happens quickly, and then I'll go do what I want to do.
This is no
Guess
good
I know
bad
that
joke.
now.
Because I got to
Same
roll
kind of
smoke.
Dr. Phil. But yeah, it was cool though. It was an interesting moment.
Yeah.
Dude, that is. I was super proud. I think we talked like the day before, and you're like, "Oh fuck, this is how." Or I
Okay, so
just
far
did
you
this. I was
started.
like,
I know.
Okay.
Congrats, man. That's wild.
Yeah, it was unexpected.
Wild.
Unexpected.
Especially after you're launching your video game.
Yeah, that was way more important to me. I was, 'cause
So
I'm
far
also-
this
We're on the same day.
I'm
So we'll
also
see.
very much
Access
so
mod dealer.
just
Yes, please.
very good at
Bosnia.
prioritizing things from like a meaning perspective.
45
Like,
pounds.
what I'm spending time on, and how into it I'm getting, and like
35,000 pounds.
how much apathy I'm approaching it
I
with.
mean,
Like,
that's
whenever I
kinda
get into a new
accurate with that.
project or do
Other
something,
8.
there's always a certain level of just
This is only 25,000 pounds.
like armor I go
Interesting.
into it up with to prevent myself from being stressed.
Yep.
So that could be why I'm less anxious. Is I've gotten really good at that over the last year. But with the YouTube stuff, what do you mean?
She's like, I'm still stressed.
How the fuck is this
I mean, I'm
113,000
still
pounds?
stressed. I'm just not like
No,
having a
I was
panic
saying that
attack.
I haven't helped
Yeah.
with your stress. That's what I was
Oh,
saying.
no,
Not me.
That's good sin.
Even the Ford Focus that was supposed to.
Ginger
I'm
flavored
just a
Zen.
pylon that lives in the same
I feel
house.
like I chewed his in.
This
I
is-
feel like that's what.
It wakes you up. You're like, there are a few times, not to take it off.
Definitely. No,
talking
you're
about
good.
Ginger.
You're good.
Like, there are a few times where I'd be tired, so
anyways.
he's like, try this, and it's like,
Or
okay,
just,
it's
here,
3 hours.
I'll
and
click
then-
it to do a job.
yeah,
If it
yeah.
actually does the
That's
job
straight up
first,
like
then
I can't think of a better
move
comparison.
on.
That's
If
an
it
oral
breaks, then I
smoke,
can have a
so
chance to
yeah,
reload this.
I love it so much.
That really isn't worth much.
It's pure
Like, it's like
Mannheim,
32,
5.
17. Once they started talking about Ginger, loved it.
I wish I
Probably
could
best
relay
job
to the
this
audience
time.
like a 4D experience. My God.
So take it and go see my
Grocery
game
store,
breaks.
get some raw
Oh, thank you,
ginger.
man. Just helping you out there.
Get organic.
Yeah.
Get organic.
Fucking
The
broke
smaller
again.
the root, the better.
Yeah.
The denser the skin, the
Which
smaller
thing
the
breaks
root.
it?
Yeah.
That's what I tell her.
Because as you can tell by the 200 trillion pounds.
Yeah. But I was really upset.
I feel like
back
it's
to
the years that
what were we
break
talking
it.
about?
You're stressed.
Well, it really feels
I'm
like
so
it's like
sorry.
the
The
years.
Mr. Beast time
Yeah.
you had to prepare the game coming out. the same time.
Oh yeah, approaching like the game
Yeah, it's
thing
game, I
is
know.
just so meaningful and so
Okay.
cool and
Good
so
thing
much
I'm
fun.
testing this now.
And then
I
YouTube
don't
videos
care.
are YouTube videos.
Scooter will be back up
Yeah.
here in a moment, you guys.
And which is
Wait,
cool
why is
because
this
you
one
have an
still on?
infrastructure. Like I could just tell from like
What's this one?
conversations
There,
we've
I
had.
can go
and
black
also,
for a
like,
moment.
you can tell like from creator to
I'm
creator.
gonna restart
like,
the game.
You
While
have
the
an
game
infrastructure
restarts.
for the YouTube videos to make that an easy, like kind of
Yes.
like a seamless process.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate that the Ford Focus is in there, so I'm gonna have to make a couple adjustments because I think some of
Like
these
you don't have any
break.
experience with that.
No.
It's so new. Like
totally
that's
new.
got to be scary.
Yeah, and I've also like committed to being a part of it and like actually like I've learned to code again. I already knew how to program, but like I haven't done it in years. And like I'm in C# making shit in Unity, which is so cool and so much fun. And like some of the prototypes and stuff that we're putting in the game that we put in the demo are things that I've like made little prototypes of in my
I'm gonna
own
make
small
adjustments
world
to think
in
before I roll
Unity
myself a
to like
smoke.
show to actual tech people with 30 years of experience or 20 years of experience or 10 years of experience who can take that and then just improve it.
You launched it's on wishlist Black Pine on
Yeah, Black
Steam, and then you guys have who is the entire team? You have a lot of content creators with it, right? Plus yourself.
It's just me. I'm the only content creator, and everyone else is just a developer or artist or designer or tech guy. Yeah.
You had a video come up on that today, right?
Oh, yesterday. I played it. Yeah, I played it on stream just to be like, this is fun. Like,
You
here's
gave
me
it a
exploring
1 out
the
of
world and
10,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
You were just shit on it the entire time.
Yeah, very honest. I appreciate it.
The truth about Black Pine. The thumbnail's more like,
Yeah.
Mr. Beast in the corner of the thumbnail.
I should have had him play.
this is actually Mr. Beast's game. You can tell because they interviewed each other. Anyway, yeah.
It's the red threads in between. Well,
Yeah.
no pun intended. Genuinely unintentional. but-
I made a video playing it and a live stream and then uploaded like a highlight reel of it and stuff. But yeah, Caleb is the only content creator with like making Black Pine. I just
Yeah,
play
there's
it.
no other content
Yeah.
creators on it. But it's cool though. It's good.
It's like a horror themed game. Or
Yeah,
like
it's a
what's-
horror game.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like heavily my favorite games of the last couple of years that I've played the most with my friends have all been like Phasmophobia or
I
Lethal
mean,
Company
adjustments to the
or
mod.
Battle Rock Galactic or just 4-player.
Which
you
one
go
for you
in, you
breaks?
get stuff, you take it out. You go in,
Like
you get stuff.
Helldivers, like part
Exactly.
of that.
That exact
Cause
same
see, this one
kind
doesn't
of,
show up.
you're in a group with your friends and you're doing things. You're working towards something.
There's like a lot of lore involved as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, the main difference is like
I'm
we're
not
trying to
saying
build,
it's the
we're
mirror
trying to
thing
build
that
a pretty
breaks it.
interesting world along with it as well.
Just a lot of storytelling.
That's the cool part. 'Cause I've found myself get sucked into like Cyberpunk, Red Dead. Like I love story-driven games.
Yes.
But I also enjoy games where you can go in with
Yeah.
your boys.
Everyone activate
4
these,
dudes, like
but
it's like the
they'll break
magical
too.
squad
Okay,
size.
so
where
we'll
just
see.
like you hang out with friends that maybe you don't talk to all the time. Exactly. Do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Literally the best time to do it. That's the only time I talk like Freddy or any of the.
You're
core
supposed to be
stuff.
there,
It
but
is
you're not,
during
so I'm gonna
video
take you
games
off.
when you actually
Darnell.
play it. Yeah,
That
literally.
fixes
and I
that
was
too.
like, oh, fuck yeah, I forgot about it.
Alright,
Calling him Darnell,
so
I was
again,
like,
we're
hey.
trying to
And then
start a
he just
job.
carries
I'll
us
probably
through
break, but that's
everything.
okay.
I was like, oh, okay. Thank you. He just played Red Dead.
Everyone's
Just finished
probably
Red
kicks
Dead
me on my
a
job.
month ago. I took so long. I beat it the first time this year. Got Brandon. I was like, just get past the snow part. It sucks.
You guys
I'm-
are already like it took you that long to do Red Dead 2?
Well,
Yeah.
so I played it like 4 years ago, and I hated it. Like, I never got out of the mountains. I was like, this is like
We'll
horse
try to
walking
start that again.
simulator.
Breaks again, then I don't know
I
what's
don't
possible.
understand.
That's really fun.
And then I got into it like 3 or 4 months ago and got obsessed because I love story
Exactly, this
stuff
is
like
one-
that.
this
And
is
it is
39
probably one of
tons.
the best
yeah.
universes. Like I
Oh,
love
yeah.
it.
The
It's
characters are
insane.
amazing.
It
I
is
just did a Red Dead video. I think it's dropping like today.
We'll see if this
Yeah.
fixes
I
it.
hope they make it to a
girl.
show. I hope
Nope,
they make a
still
show.
broken.
They have to.
That'd be sick.
You know who said he would be down to play Arthur Morgan?
Who?
So it's
Jeff-
one of
I
the
think
car
Jeffrey
mobs.
Dean Morgan.
Oh, man,
Negan.
that's sick.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Great.
He's
Oh.
great.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yo, good.
So good. I feel like he'd be better as like Ditch.
Yeah.
I think
Well, that
It's-
was I'm gonna roll myself.
It would
Yeah,
suck.
I can see
'cause-
that.
I think so.
It sucks because I mean that would be really awesome, but man, it's like the guys who played those, who did the performance
Yeah.
capture, who performed those characters, they did such a fucking good job that it would almost suck to see them not like Roger Clark is who did Arthur Morgan. It would suck to see him not be.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be Arthur Morgan.
Yeah, it's like a different, obviously a different beast, but
Yeah.
yeah, and like what you're talking about, the amount of people that I know that disliked the game when it first came out because it's instead of everything happening in within 40 seconds, you have a new beat, something to get you in the game further.
Yeah.
And a new character that everyone. I didn't realize how pissed people were
Yeah.
about that.
They like that game was really bold in terms of that, in terms of not really catering to the upcoming attention span.
Yeah. And
It's legendary.
it's so frustrating
Fucking
too
love it.
because it's like I wish I could just like mind meld people
Yeah.
like all the thing about the game, but it's a 90-hour western,
Where'd it go?
which
It
It's
absolutely
so
is.
cool. Though.
What
I'm
a,
trying to
what
turn
a
once off
smart
here, then.
idea to make John be a
I don't know.
background character for
I
the
do.
first
Yeah,
4
I'm
acts
trying to
of the
kernels
game.
off the little chest.
So then come back as like the reckless kid
No,
who now
no,
has
no.
something to
Why
lose
is it
because
fucking
he
sticky here?
loves Abigail and he loves his son that he's decided to
fuck's
take
sake.
responsibility for.
Yeah.
And Arthur,
Okay.
who's come
No,
to the
no,
character
that's
conclusion of I don't have a
horrible.
lot longer to live, sees
Peter.
them and says that's all that matters now. And then like
I'm turning you guys
literally
all off
passes
except
the
for 2, and
hat
then we're
on.
gonna
Like,
try
what a-
turning
What a
Joe.
brilliant way to write a
Yeah, I
book
forced
like
her
that.
to play
wonder.
this year.
Yeah.
Did you
it-
cry too?
oh yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
like,
shit.
this is amazing.
That's screwed
Like
up.
I love movies and all that, but I was like, this is like the best movie I've ever watched in my
Red
life.
Dead spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cried.
It's funny, like my
Because
employees.
when
last
time
couple
breaks
days,
again,
'cause,
I'll
like,
just turn
obviously
all
I've
mods
been
off
kinda
and
mad
we'll go
off.
back
They've
to
just been
normal.
saying like I'm walking around. All right, make way, black lung. Lumber's here. Tuberculosis. It's a hell of a thing, son.
On like a not sad note, like the very end of like the epilogue to the game, where you're playing as John and you get to the mountaintop, find a mic and stuff, and then those
Yeah.
guys come out. It's like it's always you, John. He's like it's always me, and then.
Yeah.
American Venom.
Yeah.
The name of the song and the in mission being
Yeah.
called
I get so
American
excited when I think
Venom.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
crazy.
dude!
Yeah.
Like 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
If you haven't played it again,
Yeah.
you cannot
Dude,
stress.
Play it.
Yeah,
Play
it's
it.
that's one of the reasons too that video games are so cool.
On this one,
is
if this
there's just
gets
no-
fixed
I've never
on
felt
this, then I
any
won't
way
have to worry
close
about let's reload
about a
an
movie
older save.
that I have about like there's good movies, but
Or that
Red Dead
happens
Redemption
too.
2
Okay.
specifically is so good that it
This
is
is not my luck at this,
impossible
man.
to explain to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot articulate it.
Like you just need
You
to
can't.
experience it.
Yeah.
Brandon, the only time I was getting like texts at 2 in the morning because that's when I knew your girl was out of town because it was Brandon like 2 in the morning. He's like, man, that was one of the hardest scenes to watch in Red Dead. I was like, bro, I'm asleep. I have to wake up.
Okay, well, not.
I'm like, yeah, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I just put my horse down.
Okay. Anyways, that's about that.
Fucked up.
It's
I don't know which car
Now
one
I'm
doesn't
just
work.
playing League of Legends, being a complete
Well, it's
degenerate
like-
because I hate myself.
Yeah, you should feel bad about that one. I think.
I do feel bad, actually. It's great.
Did you see the one where it was like the meme I think
No.
I sent you this morning?
Activate that mission
Where it's
and
like
then
they were
I'm gonna go.
obviously like doing something for like a stage play, but it was like you have the big like crates for like the old fashioned dresses.
I'll have my smoke
But they
and
were
then we'll
doing it for like
continue
a play, and they had like 6 kids underneath it, and like just one dude walking around with the crate, and they were just like all walking underneath it. It's like when you pass 1 million subscribers as a Minecraft YouTuber.
You want to wreck yourself again?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about League of Legends.
Do you like
I still remember calling myself up
hate it.
shipping.
figures?
I think it broke on something.
really?
Yeah, I do not like the
Interesting.
animation style.
Let's see if it'll let me
don't
back
like
yet.
it.
I don't like it.
I like
I
it.
thought it was
You're the one I want.
It's so
You know,
beautiful.
It's for your $6,000. But it's
I
okay.
hate it.
Let's see this
I'm
fix.
sure it's great. I'm sure it's a
See,
terrific story.
and now
I
it's
do
back
not
to
like
normal.
the
I don't know why it
animation.
does
I
that.
can't do it.
Anyways.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'll pause it right here
That's
for
the
more.
first time I was like, this
I'm gonna
is
go have my smoke,
anime
and then we'll
I kind of know
continue
what you're
this.
talking about, where it's like it
ju-
might be a good story, but
I'm gonna
it's
turn my
hard to
microphone off
Like,
for now.
are we doing?
Okay.
Is it real life? Is it CGI or is it fucking cartoons? This hybrid.
Everyone's
not
like, this
about
is a
it.
bad take.
Really?
You also think King of the Hill's anime. So
It is objectively. It's
Terrible.
100% objective.
What do they call that animation? Is it cell shading or what is it?
they did something new with League of Legends or Arcane.
Sorry if this is
Arcane,
painful.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. No, I think everybody's got their opinion. I totally know what you mean, though. It took me a couple episodes because I was just like, everybody was talking about it when it first came out, and I was like, I'll watch it.
That was the
you.
nice way of saying
Thank
shut
you.
up. by the way.
Well,
And then
now-
the story and the characters,
thank
they did
you.
a really good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was a
I
very
feel like-
political way of saying you're entitled to be
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're
love
stupid,
fun.
but it
yeah,
sounds
it's
good.
good. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just kidding.
No, it's just like you know how like a big movie will have like a 30-second intro cartoon. Like Hellboy has like the intro cartoon where they're telling the little background story for 30, 45 seconds, where it's like a really jarring animation. It's that, but that's the whole show. To
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I
get
don't
you.
know. I don't like it.
Did you see the cut that they did for China?
No.
China.
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't
they,
see that. I
Yeah.
didn't see that. That was wild.
Like China, they literally reanimated certain scenes to remove gay stuff
Oh.
to make it more palatable
interesting.
to Asian audiences.
Oh, interesting.
They have it. I mean, even World of
It's
Warcraft.
like they have principles until it's time to sell to China.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember like the Black Panther and like Star Wars stuff, right?
Yep.
Like on the original poster for like the first Marvel Black Panther movie, where it's T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman.
Yep. Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman. It was the poster in the United States was him with the mask off and the suit on, and then in China they had the mask on.
Yeah.
Because like.
In Star Wars, they took
Don't wanna
Finn
put it-
off the poster, or like
Yeah,
made him
they
like
made
a
him
tiny,
very small. Yeah, they downsized Finn and stuff so that
Weird.
yeah, it's like
Kind of.
well, we have principles about things unless there's money involved.
Well, we have principles in America.
Exactly.
However,
World of Warcraft, they got rid of all these skeletons, and like they have completely different dungeons and or models for it because I think skeletons or something is not allowed to be shown.
Scares him too bad.
Was that?
Scares him too bad.
Yeah, yeah. Skeletons. That's the line. But yeah, it's a
They're
completely.
too spooky.
It's like too fucking scary, dude.
That just makes me forget the
Shit, man. You guys
Scary
seen Scary
movie.
Movie 2?
scary movie. Yeah, we were just watching all the scary
Terrifying.
movies.
I'm so
Skeleton
sorry.
in that movie scared the shit out of me when I was a child.
It's like moving
Really?
around like
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah, it's-
It's like a fake skeleton.
Yeah.
It's like the
It's
worst
really
looking
bad.
thing ever.
Did your parents like, uh-oh.
They were. They actually
That
were.
gave him nightmares.
Yeah, they actually
No.
were. Yeah.
Yep. What do you know? How goes the candy company? You fucking crushing with. Dude, I love. We've talked about it so many times. Even when you're not around, it's like just how motivating
shit.
you are all the time. It's like,
delicious.
yeah, dude, he's so successful. You built an entire candy company that is now expanding into even bigger spaces, and then you just launched the chews or the gummies, right?
Little guys.
Yeah, little guys.
Little guys.
Little guys, yeah.
Yeah. Today we're launching a flavor that is lemon, cherry, watermelon, peach.
Yeah.
And it's called Yellow Snow.
But it's all yellow, so.
And it's all yellow. And the bag is a
great.
snowman who is covered with piss.
But it's
Pretty awesome.
delicious. Doesn't
It's very
taste like
good.
piss.
Doesn't actually
It's
taste like piss.
deceiving.
There's no piss in it.
No.
Okay,
But it's
off
called
to
yellow.
the driving we go.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
There's one
Just
drop.
another second to my screen.
There's a little piss.
It's like the golden ticket. One
Yeah, exactly.
There's a little.
Okay, off we go again. Little munchkin.
Yeah, it smells like chicken broth.
But it's
Those little guys are dangerous because the strips I can be like, I'm gonna take 2 to my room and be done. But little
Yeah.
guys are like, the bag's empty.
They're
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
They're really good. But it's going really well.
I think
It's
it's just
very
rad
well
because of like how much adversity was involved in the company like early on, and you just move past it and you're just fucking killing it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Good
it's
news.
still
Watching the one
obviously
thing
a
that
challenge, but
the baby sent me. Oh,
the
yes,
team
I
is
see.
all just like, yeah, it's easy now. We got it.
Yeah.
Even if it's like insurmountable.
Yeah.
They're just like, we can do it.
It's just nice to be in a position where because like you're constantly sold out of everything.
Yeah.
like that is it's still a problem, but it's a good problem to have as a business owner.
Now we're getting a bit better with that. We're able
Yeah,
to
with the
produce
little
more,
guys, we
which
can
is
make
great.
substantially more of them.
Yeah, so that we actually have stuff in store
Yeah.
almost all the time now.
Are you
which
still
is
doing it
great.
all in house?
Yeah,
Nice.
still all in house, still all direct to consumer.
Yeah, and we're going to outsource.
We're going
our
to continue
fulfillment
this. I want to
soon
get this
as well,
mission done and maybe one
and that
more.
will
We'll see.
get the turnarounds for orders higher, better, because we're fulfilling from like a small town in Central Texas.
Yeah.
So it's like by default you're slower.
Yeah.
But there's a company in
Okay.
Houston that's going to drive to us every week to get our new flavors.
No
awesome!
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which that's like a hard commitment
Huge.
to
Yeah.
get, but they're going to do that. It's
And then you're getting more machines up and running, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can produce
Yeah,
even more,
we're
right?
trying to
Hope
build
I'm
a
clear of
warehouse
everything.
soon, or a bigger one, so we can make more candy. So we can.
Next is this way, then. I
It's like
presume.
that person that it's that brain where it's like, I like YouTube. Also, want to do candy. Video game sounds really good right now.
The ultimate big candy.
Oh, hey, Mr. Beast is calling.
Yeah. He's just a big 12-year-old.
I mean, every single day
And off we go.
Because my ginger.
I get to take off school every day.
Chris, trim me.
But I need to do it in 2 minutes, and then he wants to get up and leave.
Yeah, she takes so long.
He's got a head of hair.
I've got
He's
insane
got
hair.
like more hair than me on his head. He's got a lot of hair.
I always say like in order to be successful in this business, like to a large degree, you have to have some combination of functional autism and ADHD.
Yeah.
Like it's all of us.
Yeah.
fucking,
It's really interesting.
it feels like the Shane.
I'm gonna
Gillis
say at this
thing.
point, I want to quickly check my phone since the
Nick
munchkin
me.
is messaging me.
Maybe not 100%, but it's there.
Oh my god, that was a little bit too close to
We took an
my.
autism test, and Caleb passed with flying colors. Killed it. Yeah. It's also why he's so successful.
I'm just quickly checking my phone, you guys, and we'll continue on.
Me and all my shop guys took an autism test. We were all like, handshake, none of you guys can cheat. We all did the same autism test. I came in second somehow, next to the guy who has a literal autism diagnosis.
Same.
Fuck.
Yeah, you did.
I came
That's
second.
right, yeah.
Real close.
At the live shows, kids are like,
Off we
"Thank
go
you
to
for
continue.
what you do. I have autism too. And they shake my hand. I'm like, is this a well-known thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I do it all the time. Everyone's just like,
Thank you so much.
Only
I'm
Cooper's
also
name Toad.
retarded.
God. And it's genetic. Thank God.
Yeah, I don't have my channel,
Caleb is like
so.
violently, like aspiring.
Probably. I know that. I was like,
I was going to start hitting.
You're the whole puzzle, homie.
I was going to say inspirational.
Yeah.
Sure, if you want to go that route.
you start with.
Violently inspirational.
What did I say earlier? Remember the Argentinian food?
Bro.
That was funny. What did I say? I forget.
No, we're at Bunker, and we just got a new Argentinian our barbecue guy,
So
and
good.
he came out and he was like making food just for all the Bunker employees as like an intro to so they could all get to know
Don't
him.
know why you kept calling it schnitzel, but
Bro, no,
Speaking of
it was
schnitzel,
so good. Like
Schnitzel
we were
German.
eating it, and he takes one bite of an empanada and goes, "Bro, I'm gonna start fucking punching people. This food's so good."
Yeah.
I walked up and he goes, "Bro, they've got empanadas. I'll punch you in the face."
They were so good.
They were
You can have
so
them.
yeah.
It's okay.
No, I was sad for you. They didn't have any.
Yeah.
when
So
we got there.
juicy. Oh, bummer.
He's about it. When he likes something, he likes it. But no, like
yeah, the game. I'm definitely
Caleb is
just need to buy the
violently
game.
Inspirational. Because every time I hang out with him, I'm like, man, I could be doing.
Dude, try
so much
living
more.
with him. Dude.
Oh, I can
I'm off the gas. I'm
I
not even
feel
on the
like I'm
gas
failing
anymore.
Yeah, because you're doing so bad TikTok. Yeah, awesome. The cover of Rolling Stones, right?
Cover? No.
You were
dude.
in Rolling Stones.
No, no. It was just
Two
like
Australians subscribe to you, right?
Two. Yeah.
Yeah, it was what? Clarify.
Mm, it's okay. I'm
it
going
was
up
just
the
like
hill.
it was a little thing.
As long as I can get to 85,
In Rolling Stones.
I'll just
Yeah,
sit.
but
I could, I mean, I could turn off traffic fences and we can just blur through this, but
Yeah.
it doesn't really defeat the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so.
Sure, I made the 30 under 30, but
It's a blur.
They're giving
So what
that away
happens?
to anybody.
You know what? You're right.
And is it Gene?
Both of them are violently inspirational. At the same time I hang out, I'm like, there's so much more I could be doing. Like, they're so far beyond the game. Like everyone else I know.
No, we
It's
push each other
ridiculous.
a lot. It's awesome.
Physically.
Yeah.
Okay, dishwasher.
Mentally, physically.
Help.
Every
That's
morning,
less complicated.
every morning we wake up.
That explains
We
the
get in our
satchel
padded
full of
room.
herbs you need to walk around.
Responsive, I would need to sleep, which once I own my own truck, I'll then should have to.
Gate function.
I mean, that would also open up so much more money.
San Antonio
But
to the Burnett Range Day. Carry me. You make her walk. It's a long piggyback.
it's like he's like the fucking
178
Witcher.
kilometers to go. I really want to put one of the car mods in. I want it to function, but I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know which car mod breaks it. I guess you'll have to test it one by one and see.
Like
I'll render
actually,
aid.
it does. It's
Baby,
great.
you're a bit under the weather.
It's like living with a wizard. It's great.
Yes.
I like it.
Wizard making medicine.
My joke forever is that he's curing autism.
What's
Just so
ginger?
you know,
Oh, getting past the
Southern
bad boss.
American wizards are a little different than the Canadian
Yeah, it's
ones.
different. Yeah, no, I'm not a wizard. I'm an alchemist.
He's an alchemist.
You're a grand alchemist.
No.
Got a big tractor excavator on the back.
My
This thing,
ghost
dude.
constantly leaving this place.
Damn, if I got a traffic offense, I'm off the gas right now.
My ghost.
See you on Tuesday night.
It is. We talk about it.
I really need to get it to pick
so
bigger
thankful to be
missions.
surrounded by like all these individuals as a friend group because it is. No one's failing because we push each other, and when you feel like such a piece of shit. If you see where they're going.
That's something I should try when I'm not streaming. Is just try to add all the cars, or each car until it breaks, and then
Candy and now video game.
yeah,
I got shoes.
probably be my best idea.
Someone needs to step it up, guys.
See, I don't know.
You're, no, you guys
I
are the
don't
same
know
way. Like,
if
it's
it's-
a privilege to know these two.
That's what I'm
It's a
looking for.
privilege to know you all as well.
If it's
like,
breaking
seeing
just
people
because quick
excel
drop
that far,
breaks,
like, it's crazy.
or
It's
whatnot.
crazy how far you can go with this platform.
Dude,
I feel like it's like we just have so much opportunity in front of us that it's hard to pick a direction. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
we see all the different directions you can go,
Little
and like
munchy
you guys are
message me.
breaking the mold. I think that's why we focus on
Pause
that
it
a
for a
little
quick
bit,
sec.
because like you broke the mold in such a unique way, especially like video games and candy. It's like we just sell shirts and all the other shit that we do, like a podcast, whatnot. Like it's pretty normal, but like you're just finding new and exciting ways to like bring your passion into the fold.
Yeah, that's definitely the main reason I would do any of that stuff, just because it's all stuff that I really enjoy. But to be fair, we don't have a video game yet.
Yeah.
So
Okay, well, when's it come out?
wish list.
Okay, I'll go down to my 12 minutes, like
hopefully
5,000
before
pounds.
May.
Okay,
But
so
we'll see.
That's pretty close.
Yeah,
that's really close.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's not gonna
Wildly
not gonna launch.
you have a
this-
video game like this guy.
I can
Hopefully
play.
no one else
There's
is
a
going
demo
beside me,
out right now.
because
There is a demo.
once I travel
But
car, I'm not
You
going to
have
move
a
them.
video game.
The demo is for the purpose of feedback.
I hate
Yeah.
this guy.
Real
No,
talk.
Hear me out.
Like
If I
he's
have a gun that everybody else isn't allowed to shoot in my gun, I've got a gun.
It's called the AK-50.
Yeah, it's true.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like real talk, how do you feel about it? Like the way that it's going so far, development, and whatnot. Like, are you happy with it? Like you're good with the direction?
I love it.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially popping the demo out and getting to see people's feedbacks and getting to see people's feedback and the things that they are thinking of, or the things that we're questioning as to whether or not, like the negative criticism, are things that we've already got under control to an extent. And then the things that they love are things that we're like, I wonder if this is gonna work. So it's cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool seeing the validation from both sides, and then people who know who I am playing it, their feedback versus people who are just on Steam playing it. and seeing their feedback. Like it's really interesting. Overall, I feel
What happened? Everyone's pulling out.
no respite. They're even releasing the demo. It's just making a video game is I'm not even 10% of it.
I'm gonna
And
presume on
it's
the
so much
cars crashing
work
into someone
and
else.
preparation and planning. Easily the most difficult thing I've
I mean,
ever been involved in by a
Wait,
factor
these
of
cars
10.
What
love
is
to
your
drive.
involvement, like in like your day to day, as far as the video game stuff? Like what is it that you're in control of?
So day to day, we have directors conversations on a daily basis. On a busy week, let's say, because some weeks are less busy. There's
I don't know how you
delegate-
keep doing that.
Yeah, he's in on it, dude.
Yeah.
Because I'm a man, Dad.
Yeah,
so
he's
I'm-
packing it
Fuck
in.
off. Give me some more.
That's what I thought.
Just take a nibble.
Just a nip.
Just a little,
You don't have to put the whole thing
like
in.
graze your teeth on it.
Just a tad.
Heard that one
That's the
before.
tip.
Come on, do this past
Let's
memory
go,
inside.
Mr.
I might
No,
need
you
to make a lane change.
Just a little.
Yeah, like actually.
You don't
like
have to
half
put.
of
You
that.
can just bite
Half
off
of
a
it.
tiny
Do
bit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way better.
Put
Yeah,
it
that's
in.
that's
And
how
then
I
lip
do.
it. Lip it.
All right, Scoutmaster.
Put
Go.
it in.
What do you
Yeah,
do?
walk through your day.
Yeah.
Walk through your day.
A video game.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So stand up, talk to everybody, see what everybody's going to be working on, figure out. I work as the.
This is why I hate
producer.
traffic cars some
So
days,
I have a
man.
producer that reports to me.
So if I slam on
and
the brakes,
then
I'm just gonna
that,
crash
like,
into people.
Basically, everything through the week is done in our sprints, which is like basically the goal of the week that everyone keeps track of. There's, you know,
I'm going back on
cards.
this line.
We use
Screw this
Jira
crap.
as our
Sorry
our,
guys, did not mean to almost run you guys
management
off the
software
fucking road.
to like keep track of what's going on. It's these cool little cards. It's really interesting. And at the end of the week, all the decisions, everything that's going in the game, I'm sort of going through and making sure that it's fitting our vision. And then throughout the week, we'll have meetings, just kind of formulating different things, putting more thought into certain things, talking with tech. What do we need? You know, how do we need more time? How does this feel?
I'm
What bugs are we
legitimately full
looking at?
throttle.
'Cause
I mean,
if
I
you
know
think
this
about a
thing's
game,
heavy, so.
there's art, design, and tech, and the tech part of it is probably the biggest part, but because you have to build your systems to be able to even design anything, and you have to be able to build your systems before you can even put art in.
Okay,
So it's
check
like,
my phone again here
it's really
quickly,
easy to
and then
get
off we
blocked.
continue.
And like if one team is doing something, chances are another team can't do anything because they haven't finished what they're doing yet.
Yeah.
So like figuring out how to solve those problems, which are just forever problems that you can't solve.
Logistics.
Yeah.
Logistically,
Many
yeah.
facets.
It really is a logistical. It's a logistical nightmare.
Yeah.
Making a video game, it really is.
Because I saw some of that stuff when Stalker 2 released recently, like where people are falling out of the map. They're having like game-breaking bugs
Yeah.
a little bit. And from what I hear, like it's a great game. I played
Okay,
like,
let's
probably
back to work.
2-3 hours of it so far. But like they're getting to places where the devs are now trying to patch things where they're like, there's 80,000 different ways to approach this problem.
Absolutely.
And 5 of them have you falling out of the universe forever. So it's like, fuck, we need to figure out how to solve these.
Yeah, it's. I have a new respect for games because even if your game is good and your tech is good and your systems are good, is the engine good? You know, does the engine need to be patched? Because that's a huge thing as well. Like, are you stable? Is your all the 50 systems that are a part of you walking a quarter mile on the map and picking stuff up and just playing, you know, a normal simple ass game? Are all those 50 systems all working together? Do they work together the same way each time? Is the game laggy? When you work one way, is it performant? And that, like, there is an unlimited amount of problems that you always have to solve.
We had to figure that out with Pepperbox because like we
Yeah.
found out there was a
Dude.
glitch at one point where it's like, all right, we have an iPhone open with the Pepperbox app.
I wouldn't have been able to slam my
We
brakes
leave
even
it
if I wanted to.
until the iPhone goes to
Man,
hibernate. And we
it's
open
none
it
of
up
my
and now it's
fucking
blacked
pocket,
out,
you
and the screen's
asshole.
black. Like there's so many little bugs that you're
I
like,
guess they're just as stupid as
yeah,
they're in
we
real
don't- I
life,
don't know,
eh?
but somebody will.
Absolutely.
And that's I'm assuming you have a very kind audience too, where we are blessed with the Pepperbox and all y'all because it is, hey, this is broken, or
Yeah.
hey, we have this issue, and we'll fix it within a week.
Yeah.
But we are very big on it's like, hey, what do you want?
Also, if I had to actually stop for
And then
crashing into
every
someone, I
month we
would.
try to update.
Dude.
It's like, hey, we listen to y'all.
Please don't be sitting right next to me. I need to move over.
Okay, thumbs up. Now, what is your level of like doing what you're doing? How much respect do you have like for Hideo Kojima, where you see
Oh,
like,
I mean,
that dude level?
Yeah,
of,
it's
like,
on another level. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need the engine. I'm gonna learn coding. I'm gonna learn music. I wanted to do this. I'll learn it and make the game do that during Metal Gear Solid and all the
Yeah,
Metal
that's
Gear.
that is the biggest thing is like how humbling all this stuff is, and then how many challenges there are too. because it's like you can do that. You can learn, like if there's a tech system, I can learn.
See, I don't
how
know
it
if this is
works,
gonna be a
and
speed
then
camera.
potentially lend
Actually, no, I
help
need to
to
check
that.
those.
Some
Is
things
that
are just
actually
so
speed
complicated
camera?
it would take years to learn.
I really don't
obviously.
think it is.
But
Is it?
with the way things work now, most stuff is not overtly complicated. So people like that are humbling. And just in general, like your average designer, like there's so much
I don't
work that
think
goes
that's a
into video
track
games.
one. Okay.
It's insane. Yeah, I mean, the Herculean effort that a Red Dead Redemption 2 was to make, how good it was from the user experience, I just can't, like, the devs have to, like, I mean, that you could die after that. The legacy, being able to contribute to that is insane.
I'll find out. I either get a speeding ticket or a
To
B.
build so many layers of like foundation.
Yeah.
And before you even touch story writing, characters, actors, art design.
You gotta have
Come on,
the
game.
But then you
I'm gonna get
build the
past
whole
them.
game, and then you get to that, then you build all that, and it's like an orchestra. It all comes together in such a moment to where Arthur dies on the rock as May I Stand Unshaken plays, comes over the mountain. It's like the number of people who put their souls into it to make that happen for the player. It's overwhelming.
Unless you got the other ending.
Yeah.
You played low honor?
No, I had the good one.
That's why
I texted her and I was like,
High honor.
because I didn't know. I got good, and then I was like, oh, what's the other ending? I was like, oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He gets brained.
Instantly, I was like,
Yeah.
Like, and you're like,
Ooh,
do you have
this
the
actually
elk
looks
or the
pretty
wolf?
nice.
Connor, that's what Trout was saying.
Do you have the elk or the wolf?
Yeah, put myself at
Do you see a
75.
deer? Okay, you're all right.
Do that level of just like music, and then it is on that next level of
What-
game.
wouldn't it make
development.
sense
Like,
to
hey,
turn-
we'll do
oh, I see.
hunting creatures.
So no, it
and
wouldn't make sense to
cooking.
turn it
I
around.
think
I
they
got
did
it.
go a little far in a couple places. It's like I shouldn't have to scrub my left arm and then my right arm. Like certain times, it's like, all right, you're going a little fucking far here.
Man,
You
I'm
go
not.
bold with that stuff, because all that's a choice.
Yeah.
I
Like, they
almost
know
want to take laps.
that-
Remember that I
Or
couldn't.
skinny, or just average.
They know that people are going to probably play it more, and it's going to be more broadly appealing if those things are simpler.
Yeah.
And people will be less frustrated, and they'll be less bored. Because like all this stuff's like it would be foolish to assume there's not millions upon millions of dollars into researching the
So that's how
player's
I'd gone down. I
attention
could
and
have
how
probably
it
kept up my
folds
speed.
through the game. Like as people play, you go into a boredom zone, and then you pull them out of the boredom zone, and then you challenge them, and then you get them bored again, and then you like that's how games work. To be able to do stuff like what you're talking about, and you still beat the game
I
in
see.
spite of that.
I see
it's
why that takes me the way it does.
I
That
would
makes
love
sense.
to talk to those people and just learn about that.
Almost
Rock-
like
because
destination.
Rockstar doesn't miss.
It's crazy.
And it's like, well,
fucked up.
if we have another Red Dead game, it's probably going to come out like by the time my kids are 3. But like, take your time. If
Yeah.
that's the product you make, take as long as you need.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are the right developers too. When you see that, like it's why I do. I'll praise Kojima. If you read about Kojima's childhood and then how he got into the space of gaming, and the only reason he worked with Konami was like, oh, well, I didn't want to disappoint my mom. My family was big into movies and cinemas. My dad died when I was young, so but as a family, we'd watch movies once a week, or we'd watch it multiple times a week, but go to the theater. Dad died. Mom was like, hey, make sure you continue this, like, for your dad. He went to Konami because it was the only company at the time that had publicly traded. And that's what they like for honor. It was like, oh, this will make my parents proud or my mom proud, so I'll do this. And then I'll start this little crazy thing, Metal Gear, and I'll start developing it. And I'll work for, I forget the first game, and then he was underneath somebody, and then he's like, I want to add this. Well, you can't do that. Why? Well, they don't have that coded. Okay. Did what you did, just learn code.
I don't think I
It's
had my
there,
full
now we have
breakdown.
sneaking mechanics. And they're like, what the
And I
Dude,
didn't realize
I'm kind of glad I did.
how far he went like outside the box
it's
on
amazing.
certain things until I saw some breakdowns, because I never played the Metal Gear games, but like
That's why
Yeah.
I went to war. And had
Almost to my destination. I'll give him
That
20
is such a
grand.
funny takeaway from
I really
Red
don't
Dead.
want to use the bank to get anything. That's the
To
problem.
get to the end and be
Got
like,
some scratch my head.
military good? Good.
Scratch my head.
meanwhile Raytheon's over here like
I am a tool. It's the worst takeaway.
Yeah, you finish Metal Gear 3 and you're like, and he did a good thing shooting her. Right. Traitor, got it.
even the shit but like the mind reading where it's like they would read your memory card to know what like other games you played.
yeah.
Shit like,
Oh, yeah.
that's fucking wild for the time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Groundbreaking.
that's like To be
A little
even in
invasive, but
in the same conversation as those people is just not even like that's just Hideo Kojima is like he's like a god, essentially a deity in the gaming world. So it's a different thing.
And it all came from like, I just like movies, and then he's just hyper focused
Absolutely,
on
yeah.
video game development, story writing, and he continues to, and now he's a rock star of the video. Like there is no other video, maybe like
That's something
three
I so far haven't encountered in the
directors
American
video
version.
game space that
Security
your
checks. I mean,
names are known, and
I would assume
he is
depending
one
on
of
some of the things they
absolute
carry.
top, like movie.
I don't think there's anybody that has there's studios, but there's no singular person that has a bigger name than him. I don't think I've
when
ever
the
played any
studio
of his
is
games.
Hideo Kojima.
Sorry,
Oh, dude.
no. There is the only other guy is a guy who is not known for being awesome. He's known for being cool.
Caleb's favorite person in the world.
Todd Howard.
Oh well.
We gotta toss his name into
We'll
the
talk
hat.
apart.
He is known quite well, but
He has a cardboard cutout.
Someone
of
tells
Todd
me
Howard.
cardboard cutout of Todd
I'm gonna have to go
Howard.
this far.
Scares me every day.
he hasn't. Yeah. He's a you
Let
know.
him watch.
He's Kojima.
Oh God! Stop nodding to that. You just turned Todd Howard around.
Yeah.
Can
He's
we leave Todd in the gun closet?
yeah. Todd Howard. I love Todd.
Apparently.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Every time anyone goes into my garage, they're like, oh,
He's in the garage.
Am I making you proud, Todd?
He's in the garage. Yeah, he's in the garage, and there's like a window into the garage, into his office, and you can just see Todd through his office window.
It's really funny because you can just slowly shut the blinds.
Todd has his hand on the
Caleb's like, it's not funny.
Yeah, you guys
my
don't get
mentor.
it. You guys don't get it.
We talk. We talk a lot. No, he's a bit of a goober, right? It's more of a joke. It's an it's in jest. I do love him. I love obviously all the Elder Scrolls games, but they are good because they're kind of like poopy a little bit. They're good because you can just break them and there's chaos. Like they're not good because it's this insanely hyper polished story that's so beautiful. They're good because it's a sandbox and you can just be the person you want to be.
The bugs are kind of the feature.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's probably the best
First
fucking job. Wow,
microtransactions.
that definitely is the best fucking job between both games.
Horse armor.
Oh no shit.
The horse
Yeah.
armor.
We were talking about this a couple days
Or
ago.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna just check my chat and then we'll move on.
To have microtransactions.
A
So he
forerunner.
up the entire gaming space.
thank you, Todd.
Me for level 3.
Yeah, it's now a game developer. Thank
Probably.
God.
Oh, wait, I didn't get.
Yeah.
I'm going to charge $40 for the RV skins in Black Pine.
I'm gonna bring what I've learned from
Okay.
YouTube right into the video
Noted.
game industry.
That's fine.
In Todd we trust.
17 grand.
I'm gonna let people super chat in the game. You're gonna be able to give me super chats in the game.
It's just rude.
I'm just kidding.
As much microtransactions.
There's the doctor disrespect joke I'm not going to make.
Yeah.
Now-
Yeah, but it's been extremely humbling though. I have nothing but respect for people in the world.
When
And
is the best
you know,
shop in ETS?
hopefully we can make something fun.
Dude, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I'm
works at
actually-
it literally 24/7.
Yeah,
like
at
even
night.
when we go to sit down and watch movies, he'll have his laptop and his little cushion laptop
Yeah,
holder thing.
my
and
Zen
he'll be,
cushion.
He'll be working on how to develop, like do something to put into the game, like in terms
Yeah.
of whether it's coding or whether it's like actually making the little guy move. It's pretty fun to watch.
But it's a shout out to everyone.
I forgot what the
Or,
sound
like anyone that's succeeding. It is for everyone back there. You don't realize how much effort and work people put into each little project, from YouTube to reviews to hey, I want to do this new venture. Yet, like as you're saying, that's what you're like. Man, it's awesome to see my spouse. Like
Yeah.
he's fucking crushing it.
He loves it.
every minute, and it is like 10, 12 at night. It doesn't matter. Midnight, he's still
Yeah,
working.
absolutely.
Yesterday, we were still like at the bar at the range day. And I have text from him. He's like, "Hey, we got to meet this guy for a business talk." We walk into the woods. Good business. Literally just walked into the woods, had a conversation. Awesome. And in the evening, you're like, "Hey, we got this bar." Sidebars, everyone's like doing business and figuring stuff out. Same for you. It's like, and yeah, it's like everything's so awesome to see. And the people out there, I wish that's always the takeaway. It's like if you think the guys, it's like it's an easy life. The level of work everyone does is sitting at this table is you only see like 1% of it, and it is
So
till
it's
2
not
in
real.
the morning. You're filming
Maybe I'll just go to
your
some new
videos
trucks.
at somebody else's studio. Or you're like, hey, I'm on vacation, still doing a video.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's nice to have a
Since
choice
he's the
too,
only thing
where it's
we
like you
come
can
across,
rest
it's
on
just
your
not
laurels
there.
if we want. We all have a pretty good life. If we,
Yes,
You
absolutely.
need
Yeah,
my three,
like you
right?
can't really bitch about it, but if you want to do more,
Well, you need to
we're
like
lucky enough to
always
be in a
five.
position where if we want to work harder, that work will go towards something.
Yeah, because if I get that
Yeah, that's why me
own
and
new
Jay
truck,
Wolf
how
were
much am I
at
going to
IHOP at 4 a.m. We were working very hard.
To stay awake.
Honestly, I was trying not to get kicked out of IHOP.
Oh yeah, so you have a story with Leon, I believe.
Bro,
Wait, what?
I found this in the back seat.
you did not.
What is it?
16
no.
or something. This
A
thing.
meat stick?
Oh, available on level
Oh, Christ.
12.
Bro,
The audience right now is like, what?
Leon Lush. We're fucked up at
Most days
IHOP at
aren't
4
really
a.m.
going very
And
far.
he's like, dude, I
Noted.
was so hungover today, I thought I died. And
Just in between
he's
these
like,
two.
I got off the
Which
plane
isn't
and it
really
was like
much hope,
2,
honestly.
and my hotel wasn't open yet. And rather than texting any of my 50 friends in town, I
That's all
decided to
been
go to
6
Top
years
Golf
since
by
it's
myself and drink 4
50 years.
IPAs
At 2?
at 2.
I feel like this would probably
At
be the
PM.
best.
Oh,
This is not yesterday, but day before. Day before range day. So he's at Top Golf drinking IPAs by himself. And he goes to the hotel room, drops off his bag, and then goes to the hotel bar and apparently meets a large Samoan man. And they shared, I believe he said 19 Modelo's between the two of them. And then he went to the pre-range party at that place we go. And apparently it got also very drunk there. And he's like, I don't really know what happened. I just remember like it was 3 a.m. and they asked me to leave, and then they locked the door, and I couldn't get an Uber to pick me up because this is like pretty far out of the city. And I was just standing there cold in a t-shirt in 30-degree weather. But you know, it's fine. He's a big
didn't
guy
call
from
any
New
of
England.
us.
No,
Honestly,
just
that's
he
fine the
eventually
way it
got
sits.
like a lift to come pick him up and drove him back to the hotel room, just
No,
completely
pink
fucking
job.
smashed. And he's like, and then I went up to the little counter and I bought a Slim Jim and ate it to not be hungover the next day and went to bed.
Yeah, don't need flags.
Like
yes, the hangover cure. One Slim Jim.
19 grams of protein and 1,200 milligrams of
No,
salt. That's
I
going
want
to
to
help
tell
hydrate. He said he was so
side panel,
dumb. He woke
stop.
up at 7 in a panic because he thought he slept through range day.
There's no numbers.
And
Okay.
sooted out of his hotel room
That's
wearing a
107.
dirty t-shirt and his
routine.
boxers and ate the continental breakfast in his boxers in the hotel room.
It's new.
Oh my gosh.
I love that guy. He's great.
God chooses unconventional warriors.
Also, and plush toy.
An unconventional war. It's an unconventional warrior.
And my God, do we have special forces?
I just picture him talking to the host. I don't want to be
I
hungover.
don't want a coffee cup.
He walks off.
That'll do it.
We're good now. No, we're good.
But you said you were trying not to get arrested last
We
night?
were fucking we were obnoxious in IHOP.
Hell
we
yeah.
were laughing so hard, drunk at that of Leon explaining that story
That was last night?
at 4 a.m.
I will say Nick is the dude that wakes up before everyone. And today it was like I got a text from you. It's like 9:15. You're like, I'm up. I'm like, huh. This explains it way better.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't go to bed till like 5.
Nick
Oh,
loves breakfast food, by the way.
It was awesome. It was good. It was breakfast. What do you want from me?
Nothing.
I was drunk. We went to IHOP. Okay, I'm innocent. I've got Jay Wolf. Everybody's like, oh, nothing good happens after midnight and the bar closes. Every time it's me and Jay Wolf close down the bar.
Yeah, sorry guys. I
after
kind of
the
got
post-range day
ahead of
party,
myself
and then
here.
we go to IHOP the last like 3 range days in a row. And I don't mind closing down the bar and being drunk because like I have Jay Wolf. Like, what's the way? That motherfucker will tuck me in. Like, I don't care.
Jay Wolf is 7'1", by the way.
That's crazy. I was looking at him like getting
Here,
drinks.
just
I was
walk
like,
in,
he's
just walk
taller than
behind
the
him real
fridge.
quick.
I'm gonna be out of frame.
I know.
Yes, you will.
That's what I like about it. They're just gonna see a shadow fall over the group.
It's like Hagrid.
Harry Potter.
Wow.
Actually, no. I'll put the
Wait, Chris, get in there.
Wait, I'll take my
Okay, cool.
food off.
Anyways,
It makes me taller.
let's click on you. Recognition items.
I just like a little guy.
Jay was the only dude I give hugs, and I feel weird because I'm like,
Vampire here.
hi, tits.
This guy. There was one time I remember. I think it was a SHOT Show of like 2021, maybe 2022. We went to every place in Vegas serves alcohol, like pretty much everywhere. We went to the IHOP or the Denny's right next to the Venetian.
Easiest two games.
And it was like
With
me,
Caleb.
you, Caleb Francis.
Caleb Francis.
You know, I need a
Cody,
teddy bear.
like just
I need a
everybody
teddy bear
together,
companion.
and
There
we
we go.
are like that was the closest I think I've ever been to pissing myself in public. I was laughing my ass
Think of
off.
flow
You know
cards.
Caleb
So
Francis?
hard.
Yeah.
Breakfast cereals.
Caleb, great guy, right?
Oh yeah. He's
Also
awesome.
amazing when you get him shit wrecked.
One of the most organically funny people I know.
He's
And
very funny. Yeah.
That just hysterical. Like you couldn't even begin to describe.
That works.
He's just giving commercials for. He's just doing Caleb. Like the
Threatening to
entire-
beat people's kids with a baseball bat. I think.
Welcome to Denny's.
Kill your kids.
Another teddy bear. We'll have too many.
But he's the Jolly Green Giant, so like everybody's like, all right.
I'm like actually concerned that Caleb might be my guardian angel.
Really?
I'm not sure. Every time I get
No.
shit wrecked, like overly drunk, like I wake up and I was like, I went too hard this was a mistake. Within 45 minutes,
so
Caleb
have a table
Francis
there. I don't need
operates
to.
out of nowhere with fucking breakfast burritos. It happened at Range Day.
He's the
That works.
mysterious stranger
I'm
perk.
put
I
the magic.
swear to God, 100%. We were.
I'm glad you got
No,
that.
I hold on, pause. I didn't. He just texted me this.
There's
God
no
said, that's
way.
me
What
because
did he
last,
say? What did he say?
Oh, party foul.
Oh, last night, may I have a thing? Last night, I had 2 sandwiches. I was like, I didn't drink that much. I was like, I don't want to get drunk. I hate hangovers, and I'm 40. So, Caleb, I like walk outside as Caleb's going inside. I'm like, hey, do you want this? He's stumbling. I was like, hey, do you want this? He's like, whose is it? I was like, it's mine. Would you like some food? What is it? It's a sandwich. He's like, yes.
I want to be able to
He's like,
save
sure,
it.
He takes a bite and he's like,
Because I don't want to go through that all. I'm 30.
he hugs me and then he texts me. He's like, God sent me an angel.
I'll be back. I'm going to 30
That's why I was like, well,
Continue
holy
this.
shit, it's weird. That was a rough
search
deal.
the
I
thing.
did the same thing.
I pulled up to Range Day and like I pull up and then I, like only person I see is Caleb with his truck and the tailgate down, and I'm not shitting you, 4
I'm
grocery
still short
bags
on that.
full of breakfast burritos. And he's like, "You want some breakfast burritos? They're really good. They're from Maria's Tacos. It's like really, it's the best breakfast burrito I've ever had in my life."
Maria tacos.
I just picture that shitty meme format.
Paint
just
job.
Caleb Francis standing
I
over
won't need to add
Yes.
everything to it, but I do need my own truck. So back here to truck dealers.
God sends his drunkest
Don't even
angels
wanna
to
have-
his hungriest soldiers.
Visit selected dealer. Yes, I'm searching
Psalms
game.
23.
I'm talking a lot more. That's one of those. This, yeah. Okay.
Now, Miss Chris, we talked, I think, last time. I was like, I'm loving your content.
Not to
She
keep
has made
under
the rotation
117,
of I'm
so.
going to bed. We'll put on Creepcast. We'll put on Oompa. We'll put on Meat. We'll put on
I
like
need to
none of my
retire.
friends here.
What does it really do?
I hang out with them too much. And now you're in that rotation. You are fucking killing the game.
No,
Thank you.
Look at, you've done it in the past, but now you're just
Yeah.
like reinvigorated with it.
Interior can
Yeah,
just do what
I
it is.
really like the deep dive content. Honestly, I just like it
Okay.
a lot more.
For now-
and he was the one that motivated me to do it.
I'm going to paint it black for now. We'll come back and repaint
like
it later once I get more things.
Entertainment.
I'm gonna have to earn money,
stuff
but at
and
least we can
comedy,
buy
but
this.
I can mix that into the.
Do you know how
deep
much
dive
it
stuff now.
hurts when you beat
Because I
all
have
of us numbers
117
wise?
really
You
The
call
first
it
thing I think.
That's
Once I come again, I'll probably try to own every
just
single
like,
truck between both of these names, which
That's fine.
you know
Not that
some
you
of
need
there
to
is.
educate people for it not
At least we
to
have Chuck to
but I
go
feel
do
like
business with
I
now.
get to learn stuff, so it feels
So
more
off we go again.
meaningful for me to do it. So yeah,
when do they
yeah, sorry,
close?
didn't mean that like that.
Because I think last time you were on the podcast, though, I think we were. Yeah, I know she meant it. She said, I know. I think last time we were on, you
Close
were
up,
talking about how
no.
much you were hoping to expand into like your long form stuff more.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I'm glad to see it's going well.
Yes, yeah, it's been going really well. It's been going really well, and I've been doing like more traditional stuff too. With I shot a movie and July, and we did post-production, and we did post-production in like 2.5 months, and then we are.
That's really fast.
Jeez, that's
Yeah,
really
it
falling
was
to the ground.
How long is the
way
runtime?
too fast. Sorry.
How long's the runtime? on that?
77 minutes.
Oh
So
shit,
it's a
that's
full-
really
It's
fast.
a feature. It's a feature. Yeah. So we did it all ourselves, and then we went on tour with it. We did like 6
Okay,
screenings around the states.
I'll have to
And
do more
then,
of this.
yeah,
I
got
still
really
have my
good
chat
results,
open.
and now
Well, that's
we're just
okay.
in the distribution
We are going
phase
to
of it,
go
so
find
hopefully it'll be
a little
distributed
job
soon.
now.
I'm really irritated by people that like go through all that effort to make a movie and then go on
Freight
tour with
market.
it to several places. It's just really.
Well,
I
9
know,
grand.
right?
It's a lame kind of
it's
thing
like-
to do, man.
Taking a
24
podcast,
tons, so that's a
maybe,
lot.
with the little faces, same kind of
It's the gayest thing possible.
Yeah, it's awful. It's terrible.
No, I got a long ways to drive.
Movies are an endeavor. I don't
Yeah.
think people realize that level of endeavor. Because when you're like, oh, we'll just do quick skits or funny insert, when you're scripting, shot listing, box doing like
Yeah.
it is time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're looking at a good day, maybe
Let's not
6
do a heavy
pages.
one.
Like
Well,
3 to 6.
The nice thing with what I did and why it went so fast, or why we could do it so fast, and this is the reason why I wanted to do it, was because it was found footage. And I wrote it.
yeah.
I wrote it about around this
Let's
time
just
last
do
year.
life
And
cattle,
we
there we
kind of
go.
kept. Sorry.
Set destination.
It's
Let's
called
drive
House
that
on
way.
Eden. Yeah, I have a trailer for it on my YouTube.
It's called Billy Goat Bow Hunt.
Look up that too while you're at it.
Just put that up now.
It's-
Keith,
it's-
put that up as a trailer.
Oh, sorry.
Me, you were showing me.
That's just a really
Don't look
fun
that up.
video.
That was an intrusive
Look that
thought.
up.
Do not.
Pull that down.
You should look that up also.
Which I feel like is almost harder, like to not come off like cringe. Like it's kind
Oh
of
yeah,
easy to
it was.
do that.
Yeah, so that was the. But the whole thing with me not wanting it to be cringe.
I know I'm going the
and,
wrong way from
I
home.
was-
That's okay.
I was the
I'm
writer
gonna
and
toggle
director
whatever
and
this
one of
question
the main cast members as
thing
well,
is.
and
I'm Mercedes
producer.
Benz truck
I just wanted to wear all the
dealer.
hats
Nice.
to just see. But I didn't
Oh,
write
okay.
a
Come
concrete
in, I'll
script.
do
I
a
just wrote
U-turn.
beats, kind of like how Blair Witch did. They just wrote, okay, this
Yeah.
needs to go to this place. This needs to go to this place. Do that. So we just took like a bunch of takes, tried to be as organic as possible, knowing where it would go.
Yeah, and I feel like as a creator, you already know those beats. ahead of
Exactly.
time.
Exactly. Yeah. So I wrote I wrote it all out, and we had discussions between. It was just me and 2 other people.
Sorry, officer,
basically.
did not mean to almost
and
run
then
you
we
over.
would wake up, and then
Since you know my right mirror's
we
apparently in
would
my
shoot,
way.
usually all afternoon, all night, and then we wake up the next morning, cut
Recruiting
whatever
agency?
we shot.
Yeah.
So we shot it in 7 days. So we cut it and shot it in 7 days.
Is it all one location?
No, it's multiple
Oh
locations.
shit, that's harder too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was multiple locations too. So.
Writing on the fly when you have beats. That's how Gladiator was done. Most people don't know. that
Yeah,
Gladiator
no, that's
was
true.
really?
That's true. Yeah.
Gla- Yeah, Gladiator was a
Do what?
completely different
Yes.
script, and how it was written, everything was done.
Yeah, they
on
changed it on the fly. Yeah, I
Or
did that.
couldn't pick
It's
up the
really
first
cool.
load.
Yeah.
It's wild when you find
Like
it. Like
the
even
Gladiator, the first one.
Yes,
yeah.
Russell Crowe.
like when they're whittling those little the figures and he bears them at the end. He's like, that was oh, we can close it out with that. Everything was done on the fly. Like
Yeah.
they had 2 storylines.
I forgot to put the clutch in.
And then
There
they
we go.
went in and done everything else on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the Gladiator. It's not Gladiator by any means. but some inspiration from stuff like that. Like I was just like, I knew how it would end. I had like a few different endings, and we kind of we had a couple different ones, and we went with a specific
some
one after we
couple
cut it and
lanes,
edited it,
which
and we sent it
swing.
off to like we did a lot of practical effects. It's horror, but some VFX. So once it came back.
But you did practical.
Oh yeah, I love practical. We have some really
Thank
cool prosthetics.
The thing.
Right, Creature Kid made us some prosthetics. So cool.
So we so far compared it to John Carpenter, Gladiator. Like,
Dude,
The thing.
she's the least known guy eat.
What's happening ahead?
There's a big worm.
She said it on the record. It's that good.
There's a big worm in it.
There's a big worm.
Here, while I'm
She
doing
got
this for
Timothy
fun.
Chalamet.
As we go, is there a
Yeah,
rest stop?
things like
There's a
Yeah. I
hosted
fuel
the
stop.
party.
There's legitimately no rest. Oh,
I've known
okay.
both of you for a while,
So once
but
we
I
get
have
up
no
here,
idea
it'll be-
like all
okay.
the shit that you guys were into, and I can probably say you're the most creative couple I've ever ran into, and it's insane. You know how like when 2 ugly people have a really hot kid, your kid's gonna be like an accountant. It's really creativity. That's the only way this is gonna work.
It'll be the next president of
What
the
is
world.
what is like the what is the average day? Like I just imagine you 2 wake up.
By the way.
well, you guys are awesome. Don't reproduce.
Which one's its follow-up to? You ever seen a really hot kid?
I know. I was like, where is this going? That's the Dr. Jesus
He's
Christ.
learning social skills today. It's fine.
No,
ABA class.
I'm not the worst this time.
I want to see the movie so bad, but you wouldn't let me watch it.
That's why I could pass it because I don't have a trailer.
Watch it in front of you, dude.
Is it?
Yes, I said I know
so
you're
is
done.
it finished now?
Yeah, it's fully finished. Yeah, it's
What are you planning to
But I
distribute?
think we'll get this all done
so
and
right
then I'm gonna
now,
go find myself.
we're
something.
talking
It's not
to a couple
YouTube.
different distributors. One
I don't
is
have enough
one is
tobacco.
Shutter, if you know what Shutter is.
Yeah.
So they're wanting to buy it, but all of them are really predatory and like. So there's a chance I might just self-distribute it, not to YouTube, but maybe in like,
Sure.
you know.
I mean, kind of like Andrew Schultz did with his one comedy.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Potentially. It'd be cool to have it live on a streaming service or something, but we'll see.
Rocket Gym, I can put you in contact with.
No,
Fred.
make
They
sure
got-
that
they're
I'm
doing
right.
that again. They just
Oh, really?
they're about to do it again.
Oh,
'Cause,
cool.
Rocket Freddie Wong, the old YouTube people back in the day.
I forgot I had
he's
cruise and I was
still
like, why is
doing-
my
he's doing
truck
action
still go as
kung
much?
fu flick right now. I'm super excited because Freddie is now 40, but he's finally doing a Jackie Chan role.
Cool.
And he's doing all the stunts in himself, and he's actually training for it. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But if you need help with that, they just
Yeah.
did it again. They
Sure.
they have that world down to because predatory
Oh yeah.
agencies are crazy.
Yeah. Thank God for lawyers, but still.
It's also something like you've poured so much time and effort into.
Yeah.
It's like I want it to be able to be seen by the casual audience.
Exactly.
Like I want somebody to be able to fire up their, Roku and.
Yeah, I want it to be accessible.
Yeah.
Like, so that would be ideal. But at the end of the day, I really just wanted to see if I could just make a movie, and I did. And I'm like,
Are you happy with
it's
it?
cool. Yeah. I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen it 1,000 times. I hate that movie now. I hate it.
That's how it goes.
No, seriously. Like,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
And watching yourself, like, I can't watch my own YouTube videos, let alone
Same.
every take of me for 77 minutes.
My
It's like
favorite thing to do is
horrific.
be at a party and put up one of his
hate you.
videos.
Oh, it's
Oh,
awful.
I hate you.
It's like, hey, no, I
hate
just saw
you
this
for it
really
every
cool
time.
Nick video.
Yeah.
Well, it was different when I was like new to the friend group and not very big yet, and you were just like, "Oh, you don't know Fat Electrician? Here, let me play his greatest hits on fucking repeat."
I have a video of you in Utah.
I don't know why that's because I was
Him on the smart
Sometimes I
TV,
wonder
like
if
his,
my
like,
friend
most
tries to
recent video, 'cause I
clip-
like your content. But he's just sitting there like in a chair. On
I
the
swear to
left
God,
side
that'll
of
just
his
send me
legs.
passes me. I'm gonna be sad that I'm doing
I
86.
can't stand hearing my voice.
No.
Does
Yeah.
anyone watch your own content? No.
I do.
No.
I didn't.
I mean, I watch it
I
before it goes
I
out.
swear, I'm not kidding.
I watch it.
I'll watch it back. Yeah.
We watch it back.
Yeah.
No, like I mean, like
I do that
I
as
will
well.
be like idle, and then like, oh, here's the video I did from a year ago. How did I sound then? What was that like? And I'll listen
Oh,
to
that's
it.
fair. Yeah.
I don't do that.
No, I think I'm getting
That's
close
too
to where I
critical.
want to
I
be.
would never do that.
See, it's the weird flip because I
Almost.
will never
Yeah,
make
of
comments.
course.
but I
Wait,
will
is there
listen to
one where I have
myself
to
and
deliver
analyze
this?
my own stuff.
Interesting.
Interesting.
You know better than everyone
Of
else.
course, no, that's right.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some psychological
Isn't
thing
one
that's,
like that, no?
Do you
any
masturbate?
psychological- in the mirror?
Let's
Like in
sleep, but
general,
there's
or like
no
Just,
gas.
Freudian, are you the subject?
Only
I
if
just
I'm
need
crying.
sleep. I can pick up gas
Got it.
whichever way I go. So.
I'll watch my stuff.
Well,
like,
I'll just get to that
in a
destination.
critical mind where I'm like, all right, what did I fuck up and what can I do better? I hate watching it in front of people,
Yes.
which is why.
Why are you eroding me
It's very
for?
funny to me, but
I hate this.
Oh, because of the thing I picked up.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what I
Not
don't
real.
like? This. I should do it to other people.
I'm gonna catch up to this guy anyways,
You
so
know,
I
it's
need this
awful. Like being in a
line.
theater of people and me being in the middle of the theater watching myself, I'm like,
Yep.
I want to leave so bad. But I needed to hear the reactions because I needed to know what they thought of the
Alright,
movie.
pick up
at
speed to
least you're
get
not in a
past it.
social setting. Like at least you're not like
Yes.
in a living room.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
yeah, I couldn't stand. But it's still, yeah, it was still very strange. And I'm also like, it's funny because I'm me in the movie, but I'm also not. Like I am acting in the movie, and I'm just not myself in like the worst way. So like maybe people will think I'm like this. I don't want to give too much
You're
away.
still
but
playing
it's
a
like,
character.
Yes, exactly. But it'll be hard because I wanted it to transition from seems like a YouTube video but goes
Almost to my
completely
next
haywire and it's
door, back
clearly
banana.
a movie. So I wanted to break.
I don't know why this guy's still
yeah, I
down.
wanted
I
to
don't know why
break
this guy's still
that
down.
so people will be like
Screw-
fully in it, especially my
No.
audience. So, but then people who are watching it that don't know who I am will still.
Hasn't really been done
Sorry, dude, you can go around me.
much. Is
Probably
that
not
one?
that.
I hate it when the
I'm
game does it.
not
It finally
sure if
pulled the
that's
same
ever
shit it did with me
That's
on
a
the
thing.
ETS.
Concept.
Thanks. I was like, this could shoot me in the
Nah.
back, but I don't know. We'll see.
Good fucking concept.
Yeah, we'll see.
How was it for you, like, in your
No.
theater tour? Where, because I know you weren't as heavily involved. Like,
Yeah.
you were in the movie for like maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah, I wrote it. I co-wrote it with Evan.
So how was it watching the reactions?
I need
guess?
eventually
I loved it. 'Cause all the
straight
time
buy
I
this
would,
game so I can
sit
actually have
back,
convoys of
because
people.
each show is like, oh, you can go to the green room. It's like, no. and I would like sit in the back of the theater, and when like big moments would happen, I would like watch people, like the scene in the movie right now. The
I was gonna
Hive
stop
reveal,
here,
like,
but I
the
think
tendrils
I'll.
down and stuff. Every theater.
I have enough gas to go
Every
pick up
theater,
that load. I
theater
can pick
people
up gas on the way
and I
out.
was like, yes.
So I'll go to
That's
sleep once I get
awesome.
further up.
Yeah, that's a cool feeling. That is a cool feeling.
How long did that CGI shot take?
Gosh, oh my gosh, dude.
That was the cum shot of the movie.
Okay, so that took. Thank you. That took.
And then I have a guy that's just hanging
that was
behind
one
me.
of
It's
our
like, dude,
first things
go
we
around
came
me.
up with because
Hollywood
it's like
calls
we
it
need
that.
an
I have no idea what that
we need
just
a
said to
place
me.
that this map ends at. So that was kind of our monster.
It's his speed was
and we knew it
120,
was
so
gonna
I'm-
be like a special effects, so I was like nervous about it the whole time. Our special effects guy Majid like took a bunch
I wonder,
of
is there
cuts,
truck speed limits in
worked
this game? Because if
way
there is, I wish I
longer
could
than he
turn
should
that
have. He
off.
really came through for us. He worked on that shot alone for at least a couple months. Built the whole thing out inside of a render, like a render farm, and then
Not
he
the
took
speed
people's
limiter.
heads modeled. I'm actually one of the heads. I think that was modeled, and like
No shit.
yeah, like did a bunch of different heads on it, and then had it move like tendrils coming down. That at the bottom of it's the pilot who was hooked up into it, and his skeleton's in there because he's been rotting away, but the machine's still on and stuff. It took months to build that out, but oh my gosh, I was so happy with how it looked in the end.
It was so well done. I would love to
Speed
put this
limiters
praise on
not what I
your
was
movie,
looking
but you
for.
haven't let us see it yet.
Yeah, me too. So
Let's play it right now. Just
Chase,
kidding.
pull it up.
Just kidding. No,
Long
no thanks.
podcast.
Yeah.
No, it's not what I was looking for. That's okay. Off you go.
We love it. I'll give you the CP.
I think that's called a
You go
copyright.
pick up my first load.
yeah, she's like my podcast now.
Just have to remember, this time I turned.
Yeah, there you go.
She was telling me something about the script. Again, I still haven't seen the movie, but she was telling me something about the script, just like some of the character arcs, themes she's working with and stuff like that. And I'm stoked to see it because it's very creative. It's very cool. Like the movie is not just about the concept she mentioned. The concept she mentioned is the framework for a very interesting story with like cool themes that pull from a lot of different aspects of like horror culture and stuff. So
Yeah.
Everything she's told me about it is spectacular.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it, man. Yeah, there's.
This is the only
yeah.
frame I'll be nice to you.
Yeah, I was like, this is happening. Like, I'm glad it's recording. No, I appreciate that. Yeah. 'cause-
TikTok
I
crushed
want to
it.
get this
Yeah.
on site. How do I get it?
Good job,
Like for
TikTok.
a TikTok,
Yeah.
she's alright. It's alright. Yeah, no, it's basically just a nod to all my favorite horror movies too. Like it's nothing
List
new
them.
necessarily,
I need a top 3.
but
Oh, top 3 horror?
Yeah.
oh, I have no idea. But I'll say the horror movies that like it gives nods to. There's like
Is there, like, a
15,
way I can
but a
pull
couple of
into
them
it?
are
Sorry.
Hereditary, the Thing with like the prosthetic stuff, and probably like maybe like shot wise, like the Shining or like Midsummer. What?
I said Billy Goat Bow.
He says all these things and he says Billy Goat Bow Hunter twice.
I'm sorry.
It was like, dang it.
Sorry, babe. I said the thing.
She's got excellent taste in movies and film.
Dude, those 3 are like.
Because you put me in
So if you're
neutral.
watching
Yeah.
Hereditary, one of the most terrifying mind fucks of a
So
movie
there's-
in the last ever period.
Yeah.
That was one of the only movies I think I've ever, like, as an adult, said like out loud, like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah,
Like,
and the
during
witch.
the
also.
moment.
That's a
Yeah.
yeah. So and that's all like either it's like a shot, either it's a line delivery or like so it's all just there's little Easter eggs through it, and then it's all based off of like loose, like biblical folklore or Jewish folklore. That's like it's There's a lot of lore to it as well.
I'm just looking at how autistic everyone at the table is. Like, you are balancing
Yeah.
that 8.6 round in between your little phone holder. You are under the table. Don't even pretend like you weren't doing it. Had the little fucking spike from your Starbucks cup that you are currently putting through your wedding band, playing with. Like, shut up. We're in good company.
Yeah.
Good company.
Yeah.
Table puzzle pieces.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm
We're
lining
just
my
stimming
drinks
and
up. Yeah, I'm lining my drinks up per usual. I'm like, this is out of order. This will always be on the straight line, by the way.
That is so
I will
symmetrical.
always have it on the fucking straight line. We're in good company.
Why are we broken?
We're in good company right now.
That's fine.
Dude, that is amazing. Again, fucking
Yeah. No, it's fine.
congrats to that. When does it come out?
I don't know yet. I'm
How long do you think the contract's going to take? Or do you have a time frame?
well. If I do it myself, weeks from now. weeks from now probably, because I want it out as soon as possible because I'm tired of waiting. Like that's a struggle with YouTube, is that we can make something and then post it like the next day, whereas a movie, it's like if I go with Shudder, then they're like, oh, we can like put it in festivals and then it can come out in like the spring, and I'm like, that sucks. Like just get it out now.
The festival thing, that seems just kind of weird.
For me, it wouldn't. It's kind of. I mean, I get it, but since I have an audience already, it doesn't
for sure
necessarily make sense. So
yeah, if you're like an independent studio or something, but for you already have so many people willing to watch.
Exactly. So we'll see. Keep you posted.
Well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Thanks, man.
With your new content, what is one of the most fucked up stories where you're like,
I've never been
what
into another one.
ever living?
Let's go to another one.
Because you're going to River Killer lately. You're doing like the top female serial killers. Like,
You're knowing that that's the least paying one per kilometer.
And I went to
There's only 3 tons.
semester of community college. I did
So.
at Green River Community College.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So I knew all that lore. I was like, oh, that's right there.
I mean, it's all fucked up. But I'd say like one that, or I was just talking to Isaiah about this last night. One of the most recent ones, the Jean Bonnet one. It's like the ones where
I don't know that one.
There's so much controversy around it and so much conspiracy, but it's so obvious.
He doesn't know that one.
Yeah, that's interesting. So do you know John Benet Ramsey?
Yes, the little
1996.
that like plagued my childhood.
Yeah, 1996.
I have no idea.
That's the first time I've watched it in the background.
Just break it down for us, Colin.
1996. Yeah, that was like, I was a year old.
Yeah.
So
everyone here
it's-
would God.
Now I need to go get some sleep.
So it was 1996 December.
How much time do I have before the finish has to be back?
There's
Before the truck has to be there.
very affluent family in California. They had a
8
daughter,
hours and
very
15 minutes.
very
Probably gonna get
beautiful little girl who was in pageants and everything, and again, very affluent family. And then one day, she got kidnapped, and then the parents were looking for her, and then she ended up getting found in her home when the police came over because there was a ransom note left by the people that kidnapped her. And then they ended up finding the little girl in the parents' basement, killed. So it was all like, did the kidnappers kill him, and did they write the ransom note? But then the ransom note was written on the mother's notebook with her pen, with very similar writing to the mom's handwriting, and
so it's like a darker balloon boy kind of thing.
it's crazy. And then the amount of ransom, which was $118,000, was the bonus that the husband had got like a month earlier. Like it's all very strange. And then she has a brother who had outbursts, and he was like the last one seen. There's a bunch of conspiracy. Nobody ever got charged for it.
If we go with the new load.
So the family never got charged. Nobody got charged for it.
So there is a dead child.
There's a dead
And
child.
nobody got charged.
Nobody got charged.
Well, there was never. Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
yeah. No, you can.
There was never.
Oh my god, a crossover episode?
Yeah.
All of this came like out over the course of a long period of time. Because initially it was police get a phone call, parents freaked out, our daughter's been kidnapped, here's a ransom note. They start an investigation. In the basement of the house, the police find a locked door.
The dad found.
The dad found a locked door. They open up the door. Daughter's been tied up
In the
and
basement?
killed.
The dad finds the daughter.
Yes.
And picks her up and brings her upstairs.
Wait,
so
just-
she
oh.
taints the whole
Yes, correct. Yeah,
crime scene.
that's right.
Finds a locked door that he didn't know about?
Yeah, so the basement door was locked from the inside. There's no other way to get into that basement besides this one window that has been broken. But that window was
remember seeing
broken
that.
weeks and weeks before, which the dad knew about. But
Weeks
the window,
before
weeks before this all happened,
Okay.
which he told the police about. But also the window had like cobwebs all over it and dust all over it. So if there was a kidnapper that came in, that would have been not
Would
there.
disturb it. The idea is, at least initially, that a killer kidnapped the girl, either like was going to tie her up or get her back later. At some point, the girl accidentally died. Killer panics, leaves the body in the basement, locks the door behind him, crawls out the window. There's like footsteps leading away too, right? Through
There
the
was a
snow.
suitcase. No, there wasn't any footsteps.
I mean, not to say the person who might have done it.
Oh, yeah.
It was like posed,
Yes.
right? That was the idea.
Yeah. And then there was a suitcase under the window to make it look like somebody got
And
out.
stepped up. Yeah.
And this is, just for reference, this is like national news. Like
Oh,
11-year-old Eli.
It's still a Netflix documentary just came out about it again. Like
Yeah.
there's been so many documentaries about it.
This is just based off of when I was growing up. I can remember
Yeah.
picture of the window, newspapers, everything. This is like everyone knew
Is
about
crazy.
this is the
My
first time
mom
I've
was
ever heard
obsessed
of
with
So officially, the narrative was, okay, this girl's been kidnapped. We have to find who, or was an attempted kidnapping. We have to find.
Well,
who
now look at
killed
this.
her.
Now he's being
And
passed.
then information starts getting kind of wonky, and investigators kind of start looking towards the family and stuff. But there's never enough to make that, to publicly make that assumption.
tells me you're
right?
probably going
It's
nine
always just
something,
kind of
bud.
fishy. The
Yeah.
details around it. So no one ever got charged
It's
because there's
still-
never enough evidence that way. And even then, even if you look at that evidence and think that family was culpable in some
Yeah.
way, it's still not like they definitely
No.
did it. It's still like, well, maybe they covered up
Yeah.
something else that happened, maybe, or maybe
Yeah.
this, or maybe
It's just so many
No,
theories.
Yeah.
You said a Netflix documentary just came out.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Something
why.
about
That brings me to something I also really wanted to talk about with you guys.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with somebody, and I don't know where I sit on it, but I'm starting to think that like maybe Netflix has too much power with some of these things because of the Menendez brothers series that
how
just
they-
came out. Because it's like, man,
I did well on
the
that, too.
court of public opinion is now completely controlled by Netflix.
Yeah.
Where it's like the way that they present the information, like they try to be balanced. I kind of see that. But my God, like different cases like this can be swayed so much to the degree that they're now getting
They're
another
not
hearing.
balanced. What's
Yeah.
crazy is when
It's
you
not.
find. I thought because I never read about it, and then I was like, oh, I'll watch that. I was like, man, these guys are real fucked over.
And then you read it.
And then you're like, and it's weird because it is like, how did they get to that point where they're like, this is what we need to do? Was it that side? But then it is also like,
Yeah.
188
It's just so much
kilometers
speculation.
to go,
It's
and
just,
then my guy
it's,
can have a
yeah,
sleep
it's,
and I can fill
yeah,
the
it's
gas.
Netflix. I did like here's the Menendez documentary, and here's like all the research and like everything involved, like actually, and they didn't.
I still know what the bighorn is. I should remember it, but I
That was like the
don't.
whole thing. Is the narrative was pushed towards the sons being victims, which maybe they are. Like I don't know, and I can't say I know. I could just present information.
It's a
and,
better
like,
story for sure.
It's a better story, and that's why it's on Netflix as a limited series. And same as the John Bonet thing, they pushed the narrative of sympathy towards the parents rather than like the public is like very against the parents usually, which I'm not either way. I'm just like, here's the information. That's pretty weird. Think what you want with that. That's all I can say about it.
Menendez
So-
brothers were even, they said, it's like, well, I didn't.
Maybe I should take Spain with Paul so we
touch
can
each
actually
other
go fly
anything,
down
you
here
know,
and things.
That's them. Like, no, that.
Yeah.
At the same time,
When the
it kinda
Netflix
takes away
documentary
from
came out,
being a
the one
truck
guy was
driver.
like, "Why did you devote 60 minutes to saying I was gay?"
Yeah, yeah, it's really fucked up.
I'm not, dude.
Also, amazing shot. That pushing, don't care out of everything,
Yeah.
out of cinema.
That was amazing.
one take. You even were like, bro.
Yeah.
It's like they had a 1 hour. So is it 40 minutes?
It was like 30, 40 minutes, something like that.
Single take. Have you seen that?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's a
the-
1
the
hour
testimony.
single take.
It's like a prison interview.
After I
kind of
drop
thing,
this
and
one
it's, like,
off,
it's all
this will
acted,
end
but, like,
the
it is
stream.
one
I'll come back with
singular
part 2
slow
of this a little bit later.
It's
between
What
two
the heck?
characters.
And
Kind
I-
of it's getting better
I
me,
love
so I might
that.
take a
And
nap.
it's weird.
I
We were
also
just
need to
watching
find
a
a
movie
smoke.
where it's or we
I
were
also
on
need to
midnight
be able to
mass,
pay off the loan,
and they
but
do
that's
a
okay.
lot of that.
Should
I'm like,
have enough to pay off
I
easily.
love the one takes. They
I
give me
love that
so
show.
much pleasure. I love
It's
it.
such cinematic masturbation,
Yeah.
but it's so good.
Yeah, yeah. No, the great show. Like without the whole case, the Menendez show is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
What was the one movie with the long one take? I think you haven't watched it yet. Which one? Action
No,
sequence.
people come off from the left.
1970.
Oh, that one.
Hopefully people
That
have
was
speed,
great.
because I'm not
That movie
moving.
was amazing, like
Yeah.
hidden cuts. But it was the where children aren't being born anymore.
Children of Men.
Yeah.
Children of Men, yeah.
That one take is.
Talking about it in the
11 kilometers because I went over the hill.
and the camera's rotating the whole time.
Wow,
during the
game,
car
thank you.
chase.
Well, no, when he
That's okay.
walks into the restaurant and then that
Oh,
entire
that
leads
one with
into
where
it.
the bomb goes off?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I'll have to watch that.
haven't seen that either.
Incredible film.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. Children of Men's an all-timer. Not to spoil it for them, but the scene at the end holding up the...
Oh, dude.
Hopefully I'm in the right lane. I'm gonna find out this
It
pick up
is
here.
a practical effect. These are practical
Cool.
explosions.
Oh,
It's like
cool.
a 15-minute one take. and
Who's,
it is
who's the lead in it? Is it Colin Farrell? Or
No,
is it someone else?
Clive Bundy.
Clive Bundy.
Yeah.
Goat man.
The Billy Goat Brand. Didn't he get in a standoff with the federal government?
I believe he did. 2012. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Go on about that.
He turns my lane. What's wrong?
Intrigued about this standoff with the federal government.
No, the bus is sitting right next to
What
me.
is it? Google the Billy Bob Bundy Ranch.
My
Google
bus.
Clive Bundy, Billy Goat Bow Hunt.
You
Oh,
know,
no, that's right.
Make sure you put a comma.
Clive Owen.
Clive Owen. Yeah, sorry, derailed.
I was like, wait, now I have to figure that.
And what's his face? Michael Caine's in it and stuff like
Michael
that.
Caine.
Oh, it's such a
Michael Guy.
Can make up his mind where you want to be. I'm going to
Master
put my
Wayne,
foot down.
I know why people go out at night wearing black leather. I do not approve, Master Wayne.
God, I love
Try to get past him before he has to turn left.
Everyone's retarded at this table.
I thought that was kind of an interesting tangent because it's like
Yeah.
you have Netflix documentaries that like portray the actual facts, and then you have what makes for a good cinematic experience.
Yeah.
Just in case he
And it's
needs
not
some
always the
land.
same thing, which is a little scary when it's like
Or is he
that's
turned
enough
off?
to
Is
push
it turned off?
the public perception to a degree where these people are getting another hearing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's raining again.
And like it's not for me to say that that's wrong, but like
It's a weird line, 'cause
Hesitate.
it's like there's been times in the past where
Can't wait to
people
get a
have been
haircut next
exonerated
week.
because of information that's been pushed out by just people in the past, right?
yeah.
Like USS Indianapolis, the captain forever was blamed for you. This is up your wheelhouse. Captain was blamed forever for the McVeigh. Captain McVeigh was blamed for the sinking of the boat, and then it started with a 7th grader's science project about how like the ship couldn't have like dodged the torpedoes. And then that started to work its way up in national news. They, like, Navy looked at it again and then exonerated
My way
the memory
to my
of
destination is
McVeigh.
50 kilometers away.
7th graders can do it.
And one of the
military.
people who came forward.
He's guilty.
Ooh, the whole
One of the
thunderstorm.
people who came forward to exonerate him in the hearings that followed was the Japanese submarine captain who fired the missiles.
I think I did hear some of that.
Came forward to say that Captain McVeigh could not have dodged the missiles just based on the time that the captain fired them, and that it was not the captain of
And then
the
once that ran enough
Indianapolis'
to line
fault
out the
that ship
truck.
was hit. And that was a huge testimony in getting him exonerated, so much so that the surviving members of the USS Indianapolis began to invite the Japanese
When did they
submarine
turn off?
captain to their meetings after that.
Oh, okay, well, whatever. I
I
had.
know a guy who his
Thought I hadn't turned on, but
father,
oh, that's right. That was the
well,
last
his
truck.
wife's
I never
father
turned mine.
was
Oops.
one of
Oh,
the people
that's
on the
fair. Okay, you guys.
Indianapolis, one of the survivors, and for a long time he just carried a lot of hate towards Japanese because time during the war and all that stuff, and he was like there at that trial when the Japanese captain did that, and that did away with all of it. Like,
It is the level of Portland was the one bombing, right? There was that one,
Almost
the solo
there.
Japanese bomber that dropped.
Yeah, it was West Coast. I think it was Portland. The firebomb kites.
Yeah.
They tried
The
to like
family
blow
at the
them
picnic,
across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Air channels.
yeah.
Well, no, and it was a one dude though that actually did it, and then he gave his sword to the families. There was an actual dude in Portland or wherever that actually.
I
Oh,
thought it
it's
was
the
when they were
cruise
trying
line.
to.
What's the function of this?
Yeah, they were trying to
That's
blow
someone that's
firebombs
there.
across wind channels to land on the west coast. Is
Yeah.
that the one you're?
Do a
I think-
spell.
is that-
I
that's
think
what you're
that's
talking
how it's
about, right?
called. I have no
And they,
idea.
like,
If I'm wrong,
it was
please
some dude
enlighten
that
me.
Covered it up.
Playing Ace Imperials during the Navy. I actually think there's one dude that actually did a bombing in Portland or something about it. Now I look really stupid. Great.
You're doing great.
It's okay, take your time. It's just a podcast.
I'm just gonna take cruise off because I can guarantee I'm
Not
gonna catch this
derailing
guy.
There's actually
anything.
one where there was a Japanese pilot that made it stateside, dropped bombs or firebomb or did one thing, flew back home, and then he came back, apologized for it, gave his sword to the family that was injured. It was like one of the only injuries stateside, like actual stateside that happened. Gave his sword, apologized, and now he still comes back to the United States. Like they honor him for that.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's wild fucking World War II.
Since I got making left time mouth again to this line.
No, I
But
love it.
talking about the like exoneration, you have cases like that where it's like, oh, an individual bringing out information years later can make a difference in a good way. But then you get into the question of like, okay, well now you have these billion-dollar companies that
Okay,
are
game.
profiteering off of certain
Oof.
narratives. So even though hypothetically maybe
Hey, I also
information
gotta
could
adjust
be
for
used to
this
get
fucking
good
light still
info out
on.
and exonerate people.
Yeah.
Because there's a profit motive, they may not always do that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they saw that making a murderer did well, and they're like,
Yes.
we do that.
what can we make
Yeah.
into making a
Yeah, it
murderer?
really stemmed
Yeah.
from that.
I wish
Fuck's
I wish
sake.
Rich was here
Thanks,
to get his
Sam.
perspective, like from an actual. Like,
No, that's
head
how they
dude.
feel that. Okay.
Because the amount
I
of
see.
like, there, there's still information that hasn't been released to the public about it that like Netflix doesn't have, and it's like, well, maybe that doesn't seem weird if you had all the information that those cops had.
I don't know if I can do
So-
this
Yeah, it
right.
almost like shouldn't be allowed unless you have all the information.
Censorship.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's like you should be able to make whatever
love it
like,
if this thing
media
was
you
some
want.
freaking
Yes.
However, it's like when that starts to affect things within the actual judicial system, it's like, well, this is, we're entering a weird
Actual trolling
gray
lines.
area.
Yeah, like you could do like the
Interesting.
Quentin Tarantino thing with like the Hollywood movie. He did like that Manson thing, but he just went his own way with like it's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
like
movie.
the
It's
end of
not-
Inglourious
it's
Basterds
not
where
a-
they shoot
it's-
Hitler in the face
Yeah.
with an empty
Yeah.
accordion. It's like, well, that's not quite how that happened.
Yeah, he's playing off of history, but making it his own. It's like, but they're like, no, this is what happened.
Yeah.
It's a weird gray area.
It's
Why the
strange.
towers were asking for it?
Jesus.
I'm making a Netflix special.
Look at what they were wearing.
I know.
But what were they
Almost
wearing? No, it's a strange vibe.
Resemble the field goal, like.
Oh, jeez. Nobu Fujita was the only Japanese aviator to bomb America, like Portland.
There's your video.
Yeah,
There you go. There.
If you didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Last history segment.
Interesting.
That's what I did. I was like,
Almost a destination. Come back.
I make that up in my head. I was like,
We were this close to gaslighting him into it, yeah. But made it up.
Yeah, because in my understanding, it was literally just the one firebomb. That was the only like United States
Yeah.
civilian kills, right?
Yeah.
And they buried it in the newspapers.
Yeah, they like hit it. It was like a family on a picnic that got hit by one of those manless kite bombs.
God.
Yeah, it's horrible.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's not funny at all.
It's
Why are you being me
This
right now?
guy.
why did you lead cut, chase, track to his camera?
He's being
Of
me right
him
now.
laughing and then track back to
Yeah.
when you're still laughing right now. The camera's gonna cut. Come back.
Disgusting. Disgusting behavior.
you got fucking Oompa over here. Can't condone it.
I need my ginger.
This would be you in any
Yes,
other
it would. Yeah,
conversation.
it would.
Let's just say I'm on my game today.
Dude,
He really is.
3 hours to prep for this.
it's a nice sunny day. You're out on a picnic, kids like, oh, and it's like, isn't it a lovely day, honey? That sun is really close.
I love how we're like one family, unforgivable. Hiroshima, like the pilots of the Enola Gay.
Yeah, really. It's like,
Yeah.
the picnic makes it so much funnier.
Oh,
It's not even.
funnier is not the.
It's like, oh, come on.
That's the name of the episode. When June doubles down.
Look, I will take that from you. I will not take that from
You're both like this.
Look,
All of us are disgusted.
Look,
He's laughing.
just because the concept of a picnic is to leave your home to go to
And
somewhere
you
more
planned for
nice.
it. And you planned, like for days. Nobody goes on a picnic and they're not like, it's not like, hey, let's go on a picnic.
They went to a
asking
nice
for it?
place.
Like last
Well,
week.
no, it's just
Because
It's a
they should have stayed
horrible-
home. Is that the-
horrible? Like
This porridge
it's
is too
horribly
hot.
serendipitous.
And by horrible, I mean, well, she says horrible, I say hilarious, because the
That's
idea
me.
is we're gonna go
Miss
to
it,
somewhere
okay.
lovely and tranquil,
I know,
and
my
they
dude, you're
got
super
firebombed by the Japanese.
Yeah.
Say thank you.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
There's no
I
precedence
get what
for
you're
that.
saying.
There's no like we're gonna go out today, look out for a missile strike. Like
Yeah.
And suddenly,
You're not ready.
nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah. It's like a sentence you'd never hear. It's like, one day I went on a picnic and got firebombed.
yeah, exactly.
I got you.
What happened to your
Also,
family?
it's a kite. How slow is it moving?
It was a kite on fire.
Yeah.
There we go. That mission's done. Time to drive down the road. Hope my pet's asleep.
She's like,
Still, like, well, maybe it'll go somewhere else.
Let's
Like
pick
the
a
scene
longer
from Austin
distance.
Powers.
Get a little bit more. Okay. We're just gonna
For
drive
3 minutes straight.
back to Dodge Street. We're gonna find a place and
no.
allow my person to sleep.
How big was the kite?
Big enough to carry the
That's
bomb
someone
across
else's.
the ocean.
Wait, what do you mean it's worse?
Fuck's sake.
In 1945, a Japanese balloon bomb killed 6 Americans. 5 of them were children.
Oh.
No.
Dead
That's
kids,
why.
Isaiah.
No.
Oh
Hilarious.
wait, no, they're sleeping over here.
Is, hold on, excuse me. I've been waiting years for this.
Oh
God, that just read.
on.
That's way worse.
Elsie Mitchell almost didn't go on the picnic that sunny day in Oregon. She had baked a chocolate cake the night before in anticipation for their outing.
Okay.
See, I told you.
Off we go.
Is something funny, Isaiah?
I wonder if it was a chocolate lava cake. Anyways.
Just the concept of like Miss Frizzle, like with a bunch of
Oh,
kids, like we're
okay.
gonna go this
While
An
Archie,
easy field trip with the Frizz? No way!
cruising on that.
you can't read that. You can't read that.
What?
Not after all the
Read it,
laughing.
read it, read it.
No, not after the laughter. After the laughter.
Where's it at? This is my job.
Please stop.
Which part?
Cue the Creepcast music.
Which
You
part?
can pick it up wherever you'd like.
Chocolate cake, or is this really called? 26-year-old. She was expecting. Feeling unwell. On the morning of May 5th, she decided she felt decent enough to join her husband, Reverend Mitchell, and a group of Sunday school children from their tight-knit community.
This couldn't get any worse.
Seriously, you're gonna make me have to pull to the right side,
From
man.
nearby. You better.
Or is it
be-
because that's me
Wonder
for
if
sure?
you downstairs.
Gerhard Mountain in southern Oregon against a scenic backdrop far removed from the war raging across the Pacific. Mitchell and 5 other children would become the first and only civilians to die by enemy weapons on the United States mainland during World War II.
As a concept,
Thank you.
it's still funny.
Thank you. It's like a smiling friend's day.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the park today.
You're patting him. Yeah, hang
No,
on.
flaming kite comes
I
down.
understand. Like, it is so insane.
They're holding a
It
cake.
is so a pregnant woman
And
with a reverend with 5 beautiful
Sunday school kids. Yes. And
What?
they're holding a cake and a flaming
A
Japanese
fresh
kite.
Like,
comes
Well, I'm
down
basically gonna
from
get to the
heaven.
gas and to the seat
And they
spot,
all
and then this will bring
And they're-
this to
they're
end for a little bit.
they're looking at it in wonderment. It's like that Jim Carrey bit where he's just like pretending to be who is it?
I'm gonna keep my foot into it because at least I can go around that circle.
The Grinch?
No.
Where he's watching.
Yes, Nick. It's just like
Who is that actor from It's a Wonderful
They
Life?
stole Christmas. What?
he
Oh,
did
right,
not give a fuck
No,
about Cindy
no,
Lou
no,
Who.
no. Jimmy Stewart. He's pretending to be Jimmy
Stewart.
Stewart, and he's like Jimmy Stewart can make anything wonderful. Do you guys know Jimmy Stewart? He's a really old actor from like It's a Wonderful Life. He talks like that.
That guy, yeah.
And he's like he could make an atomic bomb look like it was wonderful. He's like, oh look at that mushroom cloud. It could just melt your face off.
No,
And it's just like, so, yeah, exactly. It's beautiful. That's what I picked up. God.
And then their uncle, President Truman, saw that newspaper clipping.
Yeah,
Oh, Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Alright.
yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is, all of that was me because I'm an evil person. Chris was laughing because she was disgusted by how funny I thought it was.
Thank
She's
you,
innocent.
Isaiah.
Caleb and
I love how I hit the ship
the
pretty
bad
much at
ones.
the time.
He laughs 'cause he's nervous.
No. He's not walking out of this one. On the red thread, it is a running
This
bit.
is my thing.
It is
Yeah,
a
it
running bit
is.
that if he has to read about a woman dying, he can't control himself with
Yeah.
laughter.
Yeah,
He just like
it's a coping mechanism. He gets nervous.
like that he starts doing
Yeah, I
this.
can't help it. I
Can't
literally
help it.
It'll be like
Lit up.
You'll be like, we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about the murder, Caleb, and you can hear the snickering, and you'll get to the details, and he just like dies.
It's like
out of
so
it.
horrible that he needs to laugh.
There was the Monkey Man episode
Oh my god,
specifically.
That's what set it off.
Yeah.
That was the start of the end.
Yeah.
Because it was about.
I want to. Well, first off, red thread.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Me and him do a podcast with Jackson Clark called The Red Thread, where we do conspiracy theories, true crime, cryptids, just all kinds of weird stuff. Where we break it down. One of them.
Holy shit, Charlie's here.
I replaced him. I'm a permanent guest.
He's a permanent guest. One of the episodes we
Let's see
covered
if
the
they'll allow me
Monkey
to
Man
take
in
him
New
out
Delhi.
here.
And it was about in New Delhi, India. A bunch of people said that they saw it. Dang it, you're infecting me. A bunch of people saw the Monkey Man, which was a monkey that had
just don't
like
let it
its
turn
head
on
opened
my
up and
signal.
had like experiments done on it. So it's like a surgery dome around its head or whatever. And it was going to kill people. So there would just be crowds.
This enemy of like the Powerpuff Girls.
It,
or, like,
Mojo Jojo.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Oh wait.
What
And
year?
then-
What year is this?
Rest.
Sorry.
This was like the 70s.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna see for now,
Early
guys.
2000s?
It
I'm
might
gonna
have
sort
been
out a
like
couple
90s,
things.
2000s.
Okay, yeah.
It might have been more
somewhere there.
recent.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But it got to the point where people would be like, "It's the Monkey Man," and there would be stamps.
I'm gonna take this on as the
Massive
good
stereo.
save because
Just
when I come
running,
back, I can
screaming,
try to
shouting
load
everywhere.
the
People who
non-good
like would come to the
one.
police saying they were
with
cut up and
mods.
scratched by it in their sleep.
IT centers were down for hours.
Yeah, exactly. And then Caleb had to read a part about a woman
Because then
that
I can just go
died
through the
from
cars and see which
Yeah,
cars
the only
cause
death in it.
what
The only
problems.
death that was as a result
Oh,
of the
glad you
Monkey
guys.
Man
Go ahead.
was a. I think it's.
Hope you
I
guys
think
enjoyed.
I think this is
We'll be back
correct.
for some more of this.
Was she
Have a
pregnant?
good night.